it's the 180. I think it's 180 or 185 that this has room to move down to and really collapse to. You have to go back a very long way, unfortunately, for NFL exits. It's seen the likes of these prices before. I have to go all the way back to 2000 and not that far, to 2000, I think it's 17. Yeah, it's so far ago. NFL exits. It's seen the likes of these prices before. I have to go all the way back to 2000 and 2000, I think it's 17.
Okay. Can anybody hear me in there? I'm just doing a test right now, getting it ready for setup. Just give me a yes or a no. Want to make sure you can hear me without any feedback in the background. Oh, I dropped my hat. Okay, let's get ready. What's for lunch? What are we serving for lunch today? Halt. NUTX is halted. Alright, you all ready for a big day here? I'm not having a big day. In fact, the big day took advantage of me. Hate when that happens. I'll get rid of this. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to get something real quick and I'll be right back and we'll get started. Okay. All right. How are we doing today? How are we all doing? A little coffee. I don't know for some of you if you were here last week. Let's go is right. I played some music in the background. It was towards the end of the video. And I said, you know, I was talking about Bob Dylan, and I said, I really don't like this guy, and I met him in the city, but I said, I really like this song, and I played it. Well, at the end of the day, I got censored by Yahoo, and they took down the video because it was an infringement because the song was in the background. Can you believe that? So I can watch the video, but you can't. I'm trying to figure out a way to cut that part out and then ask them to take another look at it so they'll open it up, but I haven't been successful yet. Such a pity. It was a great video, and there was a lot of instruction in there that could be watched over and over, and that's why we do this, so you folks can see this again. So how's everybody doing today? I was eating a piece of where is that? Hold on 1 second. What did I do with... Oh, it's right behind me. Okay. I brought something to eat. I got hungry. I gotta put you down for a second. Okay. And I'm gonna let it warm up a little because it's brie cheese, and I don't know if any of you eat brie cheese, but brie cheese is better if it's eaten at room temperature. The flavor is more enhanced. So, here we go. I had just cut off the plastic. You got to watch everything I did there. Alright, how are you all doing today? How was your trading? I did not have a good day today. I had a good day yesterday, and I chased the crap out of it. I was up almost $116, which isn't a lot, and I chased it, and next thing I know, it was down $565, and then I got it down to $489 thanks to NUTX. But I knew it was going to go the other way sooner or later. I didn't think it was going to reach the old high. Last time I think it was like 983, 936, something like that. I don't know. I was looking back. Let's see. If you go back into the... let me use the other monitor. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. If you go back in, and I go back about, let's see, 10 days. And I think if you go back, let's see, you'll see there's a low. And there it is, 930. And that was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 days ago. I want to put this back. Come on, wrong one. There we go, put it back. So I've been watching it just to see what it's going to do. I think it just opened up. Nuts just opened. You're probably seeing it already before you hear this because there is a delay. And as you can see, oh, you can't see, but you can see now. I did a quick scalp on it, and I was able to make a quick $75 on it, which helped to bring down my loss of the 565. I've been on a winning streak. Last week I won about $1,100. I started off yesterday with 368, so I'm only down about 110 for the week. Not a big deal. I'm sure I'll take care of that. It'll go away, and we'll be back in the plus again. But you know what? It happens. And let me just resume this stream. Okay. Can you see this? Can somebody tell me if you can see what we're seeing right now? Just want to be sure. NK, are you still here? Somebody? Come on, there's 11 of you in here. Somebody's got to see this. I just want to make sure you're seeing the video right. Anyone? You're going to make me type this out? Yeah, you will encounter that with YouTube. Yeah, it sucks. It's just the way it is. Okay, good. So you are seeing it. I obviously took a copy of it. There you go. Hey, what a nice looking chart setup. Thanks, NK. We have to meet. You and I live very close to each other, I think you're in, Lauderhill? And you're going to be at the seminar. We're going to have to bring in some Jamaican food from Donna's Kitchen. Oh, no. You know what, folks? I may have a problem. Do you hear that noise? Oh, it went away. Okay. That was a fire alarm in my building. So hopefully they're only doing a test. Cut it out. You hear that? They're playing with me. As it is, I'm not having the greatest day. All right, so when we left off last time, I wanted to show you all the 6-in-1 chart that I use to actually where I really buy from. Not that you can't buy from this big chart. You can on the bottom here. Those two numbers, the 608, 607, 605, the red and the blue, the green. That's limit orders only through the big chart. And of course, you have it here also. I'm gonna I like to make this smaller, and to do that, just for now, since I'm not going to use those buttons, I'm going to remove them. So I'm going to remove it. Hold on, it's going to make it, bring it up more. I'm not buying from there anyway. I don't know why I even have them there. Let's see. Let's see how it looks. Okay, brings it up a little so you can see the active trader a little bit better. Let's see what's going on. I can't see the price yet. It's still hidden. There we go. Okay. So I don't really buy from this area here, but I do use this section right here. And I like to have the actual quantity. Even though we have the quantity on the bottom, we have it here and have it above. Really, I don't need it. I could get rid of it here too and just use the active trader without the buttons. Because I do my market buys from right here, and these are also limit orders right there. So as you can see, unfortunately, when I use this setup here, if I keep it open, I'm able to use my watch list, and as you know, I have my watch list set up so I can just click a button and it changes the chart. And I think that's a great tool in any process. Even if you're using TradeZero, I know there's a way to set up your watch list to your chart. And if that's what you're using, then, you know, other than TOS, because some of us are just using it for shorting. But I haven't used my TradeZero account yet, and I'm going to look into TradeStation. Is that what it's called? TradeStation? TradeStation. Let's see. Yeah, it is TradeStation. So I know that the shorts are free. You don't have to pay. I know Tim uses that. And I spoke to somebody yesterday who used to be with DEC. He found his way somewhere else that he thinks he's happier in a Discord room. I personally don't like Discord rooms. They make me very... they make me crazy just trying to get around in those things. Maybe if somebody sat me down one day and explained it all, but I'm very happy right here, and I'm sure most of you are too. Is there any questions before we get started? Right now I'm still watching NUTX, which is an IPO that we traded about 2 weeks ago. I think I made some money on it a couple weeks back. I like IPOs. A lot of people think it's gambling, and to a degree it is, because they're pump and dumps. But if you time it right and you get in right, you can make a lot of money. And if you don't, you know what? You can lose. Like I did this morning on VERU. A lot of people here made money on VERU, and I should have, and my timing was all wrong. And that's just one thing that comes with experience. And it's not that I'm inexperienced. The thing is, sometimes my mind is in 5 other places in the rooms, and then I go to trade in a stock, and I'm a little late to the party, and that can cost you every time. So don't come late to the party. That ticks above 46.50. That doesn't make sense. G. Galante just wrote something in another room, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because Nutix is at 693. He must have put, oh, I see what he did. He put 46, but the 4 is supposed to be a dollar sign. So I'm going to correct that for him in another room, even though I'm not there. What do you write? 650. Okay, there you go. I'm here and he's there. Look at that. And as you can see just now, Nutix just had a beautiful climb, and it went up from like what, $6? Around $6. It was below because it started off at around 580. You can see where the TTM scalper told you to buy in, and if you had, you just could have run this up about almost a point. And here it is, halted again. And I missed out. And that probably would have taken me out of today's, with 500 shares, which I am set up, I would have been able to almost make back my entire loss for the day. And that's all it takes. So when you're losing in a stock, you know what? If that's all the money you got, then I understand. But if it's not, you know what? You got to take your losses with your gains, and it just takes one move like that to bring you right back to where you were and even you out. The worst part is I was over the 28,000 mark on the account after taking a couple $1,000s out of the account. So I brought it back to 25, 26, and now I'm back to 28. So my account is up, but I like more of a cushion because that's what I'm trying to do now, is be more consistent in my winning, not necessarily the amount of what I win. Because if I wanted to do that, I I wouldn't alert as much on what I'm doing, and I would just trade. And let me just make sure that my ring is off, because people do call me during the day. And that was another guy, Clifton. Guy C Money. He's actually in the he's in the video for New York for the seminar in 2019. Okay, let me just tell him that I'm live now and say goodbye. Deck would never do this. Never get on his phone. I actually text Deck all the time when there's a problem in the background. When Webinito's down, usually around 11 o'clock, Deck and I have something worked out where I actually text him, because he will see his phone light up, though you can't hear it in the background. And Deck and I do communicate during the day, like if something's going on or somebody's acting up. Whether or not they're acting up, I don't need his authority, because I already have it to do what I need to do. And we hope we never have to do that, you know. Somebody told me this morning, he goes, oh, and I'm not going to mention the name, this person gives me absolutely nothing. I have no interest in what they have to say. He says, but I found that there's a mute button, and I can mute them where I don't hear them, I don't see them. I said, that's really good. I go, I don't have that luxury as a moderator. I need to watch what everybody's doing so I can, you know, do what I have to do. So right now we're waiting on that halt. If you look at the halt, it halted at 12:05, so it should be open at 12:10:46. What's going on with my streamer? Am I good? I just saw that thing go around circle for a second. So 12:10:46. Is anybody in this stock right now? Anybody in NUTX? And if there's any other stocks that you're watching, post them in the chat so we can see and we'll check them out. You lagged for a second. I saw that too. It went for circle. It had nothing to do with me. It could be the internet itself. At least it didn't stop. So we're good. But you did see that. You probably did it. You have Comcast, don't you? NK? You know how Comcast is. Alright. BKKT, cup and handle on watch. Alex in the other room. He's usually here. But, and he is a moderator here. Let's see. Nope, not here. Okay. There's my people when you need them. I have to make NK. Infinity. Unfortunately, yeah, I got the same thing. You know what? They've been pretty good to me. The only time I have problem with Xfinity is when it rains really hard. We can lose our internet. I don't know why. You know, especially in today's day. Okay, this thing should be opening up very soon. It's 12:10. Let's keep an eye on it. All right. In 46, so we got 46, about 40 seconds. All right, we watching? At 46, 12:10:46. Let's see what goes on, and I won't be able to see you for a second. I want to keep an eye on this. I'm going to pull up my, there it is. And that pulls you up again. Okay, so I'm watching the stock myself just to see if I want to get in for a buy. We got about 10 seconds right now, and for you, by the time you hear that, it'll be less. Let's keep an eye on this. 41, 2, 3. I think it's going to drop. Open. Ooh, went up. So it did have had a climb. I wait for the pullback. Big pullback. Let's see what's going to happen here. Big pullback. And let's see. 80. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think it's going to run. Ah, it's going to get into. Too late. Too late to chase. Too late to chase. Ah, that was a beautiful climb. Wow. It's going to go once more. Let's see. Maybe a little too late. Let's see. 15, 18. Go, go. Got it. Okay. Very good. So I doubled my position and brought my $75 up to 141. I was going to do the first one and I missed it. And that was my own fault. That was hesitation. If you hesitate, you lose. But I doubled my position, as you can see on the chart. And that was a quick one. I was in and out. But this thing's going to run some more. This is not done. So this could end up, but you got to be careful because there are people that will short this on you and pull the rug. So you got to catch the wave at the price. You got to wait for a pullback. And right now, I would say that pullback would be somewhere. I'm going to make this a little larger. Would be probably 715. Right where we're at now, 711. It's going a little lower. If it goes lower, then we're talking 695. It could go back, but I would say right about where we're at now, 708. Let's see what's going to happen. What it's doing is it pulls back, and by doing this, it'll slow down the halt when it goes forward. So right now, I don't have an LULD on my level 2. If you have trade 0 or light speed, it will tell you when the stock's going to go. And there it is. There it is. Wow, missed it again because I'm sitting there watching too many things. And now we have 754 is a new high of the day. That's beautiful. What a beautiful move that was. Wow. So NUTX, new high of the day. $7.54. Did anybody get a part of that? That was a beautiful, beautiful, and that's what I said. It went down, I called it. LULD is 791. What about going up? 765. This thing is still climbing. This is still climbing. But I did call it. I said about 715, 710. I said, bingo, that was the time to get in, and it was. Let's see now where the next pullback is. Anybody have any ideas? 754, new high day. What's going to happen now? Oh, there it is, 775. This stock is rocking. This is rocking. Let's take one more shot. I'm in at 762. I'm just trying to get back some of my losses here without losing any more money. And come on, there you go. I got a little bit more. I'm up to $191. So I'm just taking quick scalps. I'm trying to do some eagle scalping. I need to pull back now to probably around 745 before I would consider possibly going back in again. We might be getting that. We do have 5 to 8 cents, what do you call that, spread. Right now we're at about 4 cents, which is good. It's going down. I think it's about to take off. And if you look at it, it's starting to form a small bull flag if you look at the setup right in here. So here we go, 763. This thing's got to go for about 790 next time, and then back again, and then it's rocking back and forth, you know. So we'll see what's going to happen. Anybody else get in that? As you can see, I'm back. I'm up now to 191. So when we came in here, I was at 75.80. Then I doubled that and smacked another $50 on top of that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my money back for the day. A little bit at a time if I have to, even if it means breaking even, if I can make some money. I'm afraid to go really large. I'm going 500 shares at a time, and the reason is because this thing could drop at any time. It's not moving for any specific reason or any news, so this would be considered a pump and dump, just as we don't know how far it's going to pump and when it's going to dump. And my feeling would be that this stock is going to go for 930 or better. But it will pull back. It's not going to go straight there. I don't think. And the I think that the float on this, I looked it up before on Wall Street Journal, and the float is very large. It's 302 million. So NUTX has 302 million float, and that means that it takes a lot to move this stock. But on the other hand, it's not a stock that'll destroy you that quick or make you money that quick, but it can. If somebody in there is manipulating a lot of stocks, and if we go to the candlesticks, let me just see. I got to open this up and take my watch list out for a second. So when I open this up, now I can see my volume. And I need to make this a little bit smaller so I can see more of it. And when I look at the candlesticks, it shows me 106, 392,000, 500,000. But going up, I had 500, so that's over 1,000. It's about 1.1 million and 1.7 million and 1.7. So there's over 2 million shares of stock being traded going up here. So with that, some trader, some market mover is holding a lot of shares, and they can either drop down very quickly by market ordering out a certain amount, whether it's 200,000 at a time, and it's enough to bring it down where they can take you out in your position if you have a stop limit or stop loss. And right now you can see there's the pullback. Like I said, you got to be careful. And if I look at that right now and I go up to that, there you go. What did I say? Somebody about 500,000? You got about 400,000 on that candlestick. But this one here was 390. That's 4. So you got 5, 4 is 9, and 3 and 4 is that was 1.2 million shares. So if you see what I'm saying, instead of them halting it down, they did a certain amount, a certain amount, a certain amount, and then others who are trading will follow with that. And that's how you can tell when a stock is being manipulated. I think it's more than my opinion, because at this point I've been doing this for many years, and I've watched this and I've studied it, and I've watched it where I didn't even get in just to see what would happen, and if my my thinking is right, and I believe that it is. Anybody else feel the same way? Anybody have any questions? Please put the questions in there. I will try to answer them. And if I can't, there's always somebody else here I know that can. Right? I owe somebody here a phone call. PAOM. We were supposed to call you, I think, last week. I didn't forget. I got the number. So let's see what's going on here. So the stock's got a little bit of pullback now, which is fine. Where's my mouse? Okay, let me just move this over a little bit more and move this one. Okay, so right here we got to pull back now to about 723. Now, if I want to, I can put my trend line from here going up to here that way, and then the bottom would be something like, there's the high going up there to about here, just to see. So you can see we're in some sort of a channel right now, and the stock is building higher lows. And when a stock builds higher lows, it usually means that the stock's going to continue. Now, we just had 787, and we had a nice pullback. Anybody here think the stock's going to go back up and go over $8? Take a little, put it on the board. Yes? No? What do you think? Yes means it's going to go. No means it's going to drop, and that could be the end of the stock. And we are at lunchtime right now, and things do usually slow up. I, in the past, like trading during lunchtime. I don't know about you guys, but you got to be careful, and you don't want to trade large. So I was actually able right now, since we opened the room at 12, I was actually able to do 2 trades. Both successful, not large, but I picked up, $120, $130, and that's all you need to do. And you can do that during the day 6 or 7 times. You can make yourself $500 a day if you're a small trader. If you have an account that's in PDT, then you really have to make it work. And my suggestion is, the stocks like this, when you got to wait for that pullback. You have to wait for retracement. And if you look, what happened is when this stock back here at around 1148, this stock pulled back all the way to here. Now, you never get in on the first one, and you got to wait till at least the second one to make sure you have a green. So it went up, and usually when there's an orange after, I hate this color, I need to change this. When there's an orange after, I usually wait till the next green is above the first green, and that right there. So if you had gotten in about 605, you could have rode this up to at least almost $7. All right, I didn't even do that. I'm going to look at my computer for a second, and I got in. If I go to monitor, you can't see what I'm looking at right now, but I'll read it to you. Here it is, Nutix. I got in at 595. I got out too soon. I actually cost averaged down, and I got another one at 584, but I got out too soon. Okay, I got out at 599. I should have held, because I thought it was going to come back down, but it didn't. And I don't like to gamble on breakouts, but once it did, remember I told you should have bought at 705. I got in at 715. I got out at 728. I could have held, but as I said, I'm only scalping. And I got back in at 762 and out at 771. So everything between the 728 and the 760, I lost because I should have had that. And there are people here who will hold on, and if you have a trail stop, there's a good example. If you had a trail stop in place, then as it went up, it didn't pull back enough at 25 cents to take you out, you would have carried it on up and probably made the full amount of money. And that's why I like trail stops, even though it's more or less say as I do, but I haven't done it. And I'm just being honest with you. Okay, let me put the other one back to my charts. Okay. So right now we can see, all right, I'm going to take away this, where am I? Okay, so I feel as soon as we get above right around this point here at about 750, I would say it's pretty clear that it's going to roll. And but if you were getting in, as I said before, second green, I would have got in here around 720, 725, and taking the chance that the stock is going to roll up. Because I always like to go after a stock comes down. I always learned using candlesticks to go to the second green when the green is slightly above the first green. That would have put us at around 727. And if you had done that, right now we're at 750, 748, 750. You're seeing it delayed because I'm looking and my other one's saying 750, 60. There it goes, starting to roll. I hate the delay on these things. It's terrible. But it is what it is. I got to figure out if there's a way to expedite and speed this up. And look at this thing. It's starting to go. This thing is starting to go. And at this point, do you feel it's still going to go? Because I hate to chase a stock. But if you look at the TTM scalper, it told you here. It fell. But it didn't tell you until it was about here. You could have gotten a little earlier if you believed it was going to go. And I did. 710 would have been a great spot to get in. Anybody in this stock right now? Is anybody... Yeah, it looks like it's curling, but it looks like it's curling up. And that's... you should always put that in there. Curling up or curling down. The stock can't curl the other way. I guess that would be more like a head and shoulders. And the way I look at this now, we do have a bottom shoulder, a middle head, but we haven't got the other part yet. So I think right now this stock's still going to continue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo this line. And I do this from time to time. I don't leave my drawings. I redo them. So if I go now from here, let's see. If I go, that was the bottom low here where it said to go up. And now I go to about this new one right there. It gives me a little... So what it shows me is I'm not looking that much at a squeeze at this point. More or less, we're looking more at a stock going up, going down, pulling back, going back up, pulling back a little. It doesn't go straight up. And I think that's more or less because of the size of the float. Excuse me. Anybody mind if I take a little bite of some brie cheese? This is some good stuff. My wife brings it home for me. She won't eat it. Love that mold. I am a cheesy person. I just love cheese. Munster cheese, Swiss cheese, brie cheese, fork cheese, Mexican when I put in my chili. I eat a lot of chili, which I make myself from scratch. I make pizzas from scratch too. Grig QR 2022. Welcome. Lalando Trader 01. Welcome. Okay, does anybody have any questions? I just want to show you a little picture. I already have it up, but it's hidden. I want to just show you something. When I leave, you can't see me leaving. It was up. What happened to it? Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Okay, I lost something. Let me see. All right, I'm going to go back. Let me go back here and I'll switch one over. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I got to detach this. That's not the right place. Detach. Here it is. Okay, I don't know why it must have... okay, right there. Okay. What this is that you're looking at now is what I call my 6-in-1 chart. And my position shouldn't be here. Okay. This is my 6-in-1. And I actually buy from here. So right now, I'm looking at 6 stocks at one time. I'm looking at VERU, I'm looking at EVOK, and this is something that you would find in on the top, which you can't see here, is trade and then active trader. And this is the active trader. And I put 6 stocks. So I watch the SPY. I never buy on this top one because if I hit this button, a screen will come down and it blocks me. And it blocks me for about 5 or 6 seconds. And like you just saw a second ago, I could be in a trade for 4 seconds. I don't have time to worry about it and not be able to see which way the stock is going to get out. So I only leave the SPY up on the top left. And what I'm looking at on mine is to the left of that. I do have my watch list on my main. Right now I'm just using this, and you can't see the setup part. If I lower this for a second, you'll see what happens. Let's see if I go a little lower. It's not gonna work. There it is. You see these here on mine? They're both on. They're all on all the time. And this is the setup. So if I take that off, you see it goes away. And that's the setup I usually have. I have the TRD, the TS, the chart, and DB, which is these buttons here, and the L2, which is the level 2. If I needed news real quick, I could open this and just go to the news and check it out. But I have it in other places, so I don't need it. And I want to keep this kind of leveled out, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So I want to be about the middle. And when I do that on this small screen, because of the size screen I'm showing this on, to me, I got to get a better screen to do this. It's an LG TV that somebody gave me. It's a 23-inch, but it doesn't give me the high definition. So I need a better, and look at the SPI going up, so the UVixes are going down right now. But this is what I use. So when I buy, I make sure that this is checked, and I can buy right here. I can buy market. And when I'm doing that, this is my middle monitor that I'm looking at, okay? I want to be able to see you for a second. So I'm going to minimize this for a second. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm going to minimize this, and that brings me back to this chart. This chart is what's on the left side of me. So my left side is this one. So whether I'm in TOS in the middle computer, or I'm in Trade Zero or Trade Station, I would be buying from the middle, and I would be using TOS charts, because they're the best charts in my mind and easiest for me to work, since I've been playing with them, for 4 years. I would just leave it up on my left side. I can't watch the active trader while I'm buying in somebody else's program. That's unfortunate, but I can buy and switch back and forth from TOS to Trade Station to Trade Zero on my middle computer, because one may not have the short. So that's one of the advantages of having multiple brokers when you have more money, because then you can check to see which one has the shorts, which one has it for the cheapest. So if TOS doesn't have them, which most of the time is free, then I would go to Trade Station if I had it, because they're also free. And if they didn't have it, then I'd go to Trade Zero. But you got to do this very quickly. This is something that you got to do in a minute. Go from 1, 2, 3, and do the drop down boxes to see if they're available. There's I don't know what to play. I'm trying to narrow it down to the most volatile and do a straddle. Oh, you're doing options. I've been taking 2 options classes during the week, at nighttime and on the weekend right now. One of them is Ameritrade, has one inside under education. It's pretty good. I was looking at condors this last week. Did a video on condors, which I would probably never do. I would do a straddle before I do a condor. But I'm looking more or less for just getting in and doing long calls and puts. And just setting them up where if it goes the other way, just pay a premium, take it one way or the other. A lot to learn for me, but I think I'm getting it down. And we can see NUTX did not go right now, and it's back down to the BWAP. And at this point, I will leave my top lines up there. I could draw again, and now I could come down this way, and because now it shows us we're in a downward trend line, okay? And I'll take this one away for right now. Don't really need it because we're really not there. So I remove that one there, and if I go now, I can go from the bottom here, there, and go to here. And if this stock holds here, it shows me that we're coming now into some sort of a squeeze pattern. I'm going to remove the other line. Now, DEC does not remove his trend lines. I very rarely see him redraw his lines in the middle of a play, but it's pretty much the same as if I did a Fibonacci. I could do a Fibonacci for the whole day, or I can do a Fibonacci on a 50-minute, a 30-minute, or a 1 hour. And for some of you, I showed you to do a Fibonacci, you go down here where it says drawing set, below the TTM squeeze, and you just change that and go to percentage, and that gives you, let me show you what it says. Let's see if it'll come up. There you go. There it is. It says Fibonacci retracements. I don't know if it comes up on the, let's see if it comes up. I got to do it one more time. Hold on. I have it open, so you should be able to see it. And it should, there it is, Fibonacci retracements. You can see it. And then I can do my Fibonacci retracements, and today's high was 787. I look to the right, and then I can come down to a low, which was around here, at that one there. And now I can look at my Fibonacci and say 787 was the high, and I know that if this thing does not hold here, that the next leg down will be 586, 629, 663 right here on this one, where it doesn't tell you. And then you have one more up here, which we already passed, 685. We're right there. So this is the next leg down, is 685. So as long as it holds $7, we know 708, then 743, then 787, because we just saw the history of this stock and how it went. I'm not going to leave all these lines on the board, but just to take my mouse off and let you see. And on the left side, you can see the percentages. Now, if you're shorting this stock, little different, okay? Remove the drawing. Start off on the bottom part right there. I think that was around 580, 577, and bring it up to 787, okay? And if that's because that's our high of the day right now. Bingo, right there. So now you see 0%. There's your high. If you're shorting and going down, it changes these numbers a little bit, so you know each leg down going the other way. They're slightly different, but there is a difference. So there is a difference on Fibonacci for shorting stocks, and there's a difference on Fibonacci for going long on stocks. Okay, you all got that? And if you're not sure about it, don't use Fibonacci at this point. I would just stay with your trend lines, but watch a few movies. You can go on to Google and just put in TOS Fibonacci, and there'll be a lot of videos that'll come up to teach you. If you get somebody you can't understand him because he talks like his turban's too tight, then go to the next one. And you know, until you find one where you can actually identify with the person that you're listening to, then I would just follow that person, because there's a lot of great videos out there, and it's a great way to learn. Now, another thing, there's a lot of tools on, and you can, really funny. I drew these lines. I redrew my lines, and I'm really good at drawing these type of lines to see if, where stock is going to squeeze. And I really don't believe that this stock is done yet. Okay, it's a stock that can move quickly if the right person, the market mover, is there to move it. And right now, it seems to be holding in this channel, and right below $7. So at 690 to 695, I'm not going to gamble on a breakout at this point, because if I went in for a substantial amount of shares right now, obviously you can see the amount of shares being traded is less than 100,000. So the person who's actually manipulating this stock right now with the majority can see everything I do. And if they wanted to pick up a quick $500 and they see me go with 500 or 1,000 shares, they know I probably have a stop loss at 20-30 cents. They can bring it down far enough to stomp me out, but they don't know that this guy has a mental stop loss. But then you start playing a game of hope, so when it goes down, that's where your emotions start rocking and rolling. Okay, and if you're new here, you shouldn't be playing with 500 shares. You should be playing with 10 shares or 5 shares, 10 shares, because you're in the game, all right? And the problem is, if you're in PDT, it doesn't work too well. So you really, and if you're doing paper, it's different. If you don't have your emotions in it, you're not going to get that experience, because there's no reality when you go into a stock and you are paper trading. You may put a limit order in for 500 shares and it'll get filled every time. But in reality, if you are doing real money and do 500 shares, there's a chance on a limit order you might only get filled for half. You see, so you don't see that, So what's going on now with G Google? What's going on? Let's see. Let me just see real quick. It's up. Oh, big stock there for the big people with the big accounts. All right. Google is crazy expensive. Yeah, wouldn't play with that. That stock needs to either keep the little people out, or it needs to split a couple of times so we can let some of us in. So Google's the only type of stock I would, if I was going to play Google, it would definitely have to be in an option, because in every option, for most of you who don't know options or don't trade options, every option is 100 shares. Now, if you bought 100 shares of a stock that's $2,000, okay, times 100 shares, you're talking about $200,000. But if you buy one option of Google, which is would have been $200,000, it may only be $7,000 or $8,000. and you'll pay a premium, and you'll just pray that it goes up past what that premium is if you lose the other way. So there is a premium you have to pay for that. So you just have to be sure that that stock is going in the right direction. But I personally wouldn't be playing with Google unless I had some inside information that I knew where it was going. Now, let's go back to NUTX. You can see where I drew my lines, okay? I drew it from right here. There was a TTM scalper alert right there, and there was another one right here. And I took those 2 points, and that drew me, and it's been sitting right on the line. And it's trying. 709. It came back down. Right now we're at there we are at $7. We still got about a 6-cent spread. So right now I want this thing to crack up to about 708, 709. Tells me that it's probably going to push, not 703 and 697, but it could push all of a sudden. This stock has done that. And right about now, I would, if it starts to pull back to about 695, 698 one more time, right now you can see how tight it's getting. It might be getting ready to go. And it looks like it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to go up and it's going to scare out some of the people that are shorting, okay, and squeeze up, which it looks like it's trying to do, or it's going to crack down. And that's just something you have to wait and see. That's where the gamble comes in. So I would say that if you're going to trade this stock, and there it is. There's the pullback. Like I said, 695. There it is. You can't get in at that. You can get it at 698. And right now, if I wanted to get in, and I want to make sure that I'm not clicked for a buy here, I'm not, my auto sends off, I can hit the right mouse button, go down to buy custom, I go across, and there it is, 500 day, let's see, that's with a base of 25 cents, and I'll be ready right now. And once I unlock it, it's got the price that's on it now. All I have to do is hit confirm and send, and I automatically have a 25-cent stop loss. So I can sit here right now, and I can watch till it either pulls back to the price that I'm waiting for, because I don't want them to see it. If I put a limit order in, they know exactly where I'm going to buy. Okay? So I'm waiting, and right now there's a 697. I told you 695, bingo. There was your 695 that I was waiting for. And let's say, for all intensive purposes, I bought in there. All right? I'm not going to, but just to show you. Right now, I'd only be down about 2 cents. Let's see what it does. Would it be a winning trade, or would it be a losing trade? Now, if I'm in at 695, where I could have got in, then my stop loss would be at 85.75.70. My stop loss would be at $6.70. So right now I'm still good. I haven't been stopped out. If it drops down to 6.75, I will get stopped out and I will lose $125. Now right now, if I'd gone in, I would be up 6 cents because I look at the sell, not the buy. All right, 7 cents now, and I would be up 7 times 500, $35. Okay, so if I was scalping, I would be waiting for a little more. I would wait. But if this thing hits 708, 709, 710, there's a good chance it's going to go into the teens, and then to 725 would be the next leg up in my mind, because it's every 25 cents. Everybody with me? One call contract in June. I can afford willing to get one call contract that's going long, and the risk on that, if it drops, is $100, which is not absurd. No, it's not. I would be out. But why would you go into a stock? Well, it's 100 times whatever it goes up. It could go up $1 very quickly. It could go up $5 very quickly. So if you're really thinking, NK, that it's going to go up, and usually when a stock like that goes up, it can go up a couple of dollars at a time. Then if it goes up $2 or $3, you can get out real quick, and it would cost you whatever, I don't know if there's a small premium on that, plus you make your money. It'll be a little less than the $300 because it doesn't pay the full amount. But you still make a couple of $100 on it for probably 5 or 10 minutes worth of work. You agree? I'm going for another bite of this brie cheese, folks. It's really good. Don't have enough for all of us. I usually eat it when it's cold, but I gotta tell you, it is much better when it's at room temperature. I like brie cheese when it's melted. You cut little slivers and you melt it onto a cracker. Really good. I love brie cheese. But I've lost about 3 pounds in the last week, which is good, so I can have a little snack. Better than the chocolate chip cookies that are sitting inside with my name on them. I broke down and told my wife, please buy a package. I can't take it anymore. It's been about 2 weeks. All right, we're talking about overnight contract, which means you wake up with a loss of capital so great I cannot recover from. Now, if you're a new trader in options, you should not be trading any option, whether it's forward or backwards, puts or calls, overnight. You should be in and out of your trades in less than an hour. If it's not that kind of a trade, then you shouldn't be in it. You shouldn't be tying up your money. And that's just for new people doing options. You want to do options like you scalp stocks. The only difference is you have the leverage to buy more for a lot less money than you would have put out with the stock itself. Thank you, this dude. You know what? Every day I look forward to it, and then I don't want to do it, and it's like I just want to trade, and it's like, but you know what? I'm enjoying it, and I'm getting better and better at it. It's a little difficult at first when you first start. You don't know what you're doing, and then you get sometimes you get knocked off the internet. In my case, last week I got a switch on the bottom and I haven't blocked it out yet. I need to put a piece of wood in there that blocks out the switch. My foot goes, and I did it this morning, but it was before I was in. So all the charts that I made and was ready, like at 11 o'clock, I had to do them all over again. But at least I'm getting better at that. So as you can see in my lines, we are slightly below the lines, but yet we're still at a higher point, and right now we're at 715. So if I had bought before at 695, like I said, I could have just gotten out at about, where was it? 718, 720. I could have got out at 720, and I would have made myself 25 cents. That's a quarter. I would have made $125, and I would have been up to almost my debt for the day. I would have been done. So, but it's that simple. I even called the exact pullback within a penny, and I told you I would have waited till it pulled back after it's gone up a little and it's testing 703, 704, 708. Then you want to pull back to 695, and you don't always get it. But when that pullback came, I should have just bought it just to show you, because the truth is I don't think this thing is going to just snap down at 1244. I think we still got a little bit of time. Eventually it will. There's no reason why the stock's going to stay high. You know, but you don't know. I mean, this is the kind of stock. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look for a second. I hate to get off of this right now, but if I go back to about, let's see, I want to go back about 5 days. And I just want to see if looking in after hours, you see after hours, we see pre-market. It moves in pre-market, okay? But in after hours, it doesn't look like it moves much. You see here? Went flat again, but it came up. It went down in pre-market. You can see that's pre-market time. That's got to be 8 o'clock in the morning. All right? And let's see, one more time. Again, after hours, flat, and in pre-market, went down. See? So it's not a stock. Unless I was shorting it, I wouldn't want to go any other way. Every day, it comes in, it consolidated, it went up one little spike, and then by 4 in the morning or so, it started to do its thing, coming down again. So you can see what this stock does, pretty much. So it's a type of stock that if it goes up really high and you can short it, I would. I can't short it with TOS. You can't either. It's none to buy. And I don't know who's got shorts on that. That's nice. Okay. My Norton just clipped up. It said 38 trackers watching you. That's always nice to see that people care about me so much. They want my money. They're tracking my losses. Okay, so now you can see there's still a little pullback. It's still above the VWAP, so it's holding. I would say that your support is around $7 on this stock right now. And your VWAP is at what? $6.90, but right now I think our support, I think it's safe to say our support's around $7. Would you feel the same way? Wilson, did you bring the ball today? One day he's going to show up with the ball of the Wilson ball from the FedEx movie in his thing as his picture. That would be pretty cool. Okay, just going for a little more brie cheese here. I gotta finish it. There's a new one in there. Okay. ALLO. Anybody watching ALLO? It just went up about 30 cents. I'm going to put this in. If I lower this now, I can go here and I can put ALLO in there. Then I can go up to ALO if I can find it. I think it's right there, and I can change it. You can see ALO has been going up since about 12 o'clock noon, and it's been going up consistently from 8:30 to 8:60. It looks like a lot more than it is. I don't know that it's a stock I want to trade. I'd have to look it up and see what's really going on with it. With the ALO. Where is it? Where did I just see that? It was in somebody's room. There we go. Okay, I'm watching 3 rooms besides myself. ALO, I'm not pulling it up on the board, but just to let you know, ALO has got a float of 81 million. So it's a high float stock. And as far as the news, it hasn't had any news in 12 days. So that's just another pump and dump during lunchtime. Okay? So no reason to get excited. I'm going to go back and watch my stock. Unless you want to watch the other one. Just let me know. Okay, let's go back to... And if you can't find it, all you do is hit symbol, and then everything is in alphabetical order, and it makes it that much faster to get to where you want. But while we're watching it, for all intents and purposes, I want it from the high percentage to the lowest, so I can see what stocks. And EVOK, this stock took me this morning, even though it did a lot, and it's dead. It's dead in my eyes. That stock took me this morning. First stock of the day. Sorry, I listened to somebody in the room who said that was going to be that, and I jumped in with everything I got, and I looked, and it took me for $92. Really wasn't that bad. And I never went back in again. So I cut my losses at $100, and then I got stupid with VERU. And I was up, and I jammed into there, and that's when the thing dropped on me. With no stop loss, it got me good. And that's what happens. Now, look at what's going on here again. I'm going to open this up so we can watch the chart better. And you can see right now, look at this, 740. I told you this was going to run. And now, if you look in here, that's the cross angles, okay? Now we're on the other side. And this also will work as a squeeze feature, and you can watch it on this side here. And as it opens up, you'll watch. And right now, this stock is about to, it looks like it wants to squeeze. But again, I would wait for a pullback to about 725. There it is, small pullback. And I would wait for the pullback, like I said, before I would jump in, because I don't chase stocks for breakouts. Okay? It's got to break past that point and then pull back slightly before I'm going to feel comfortable to get in. When I follow what I'm teaching you, I always win. When I go out and I start over trading like I did this morning, and I start chasing like I did this morning, I always lose. And I should know better. But that's the emotions, getting caught up in the trade. And you know what? I was up and I should have taken a step back because I wasn't winning big, and I started off with a loss for the day to start my day. Usually when I start off with a gain for the day, I usually have a positive day. And usually when I start off with a loss, I should have known better, but I'm catching up. So I was down before you knew, I was down 565, and now, let's see, I'm just going to do a little figuring here for a second. Uh-oh, don't tell me my mouse died. I have this mouse, there it is, okay. I have another battery ready just in case, but it's a battery mouse. So, I was down $565.50, and now, let's see, oh wow, it's an even 191. Even 191, so cross that out, and I got plus 191. Okay, so that's take away 191. I brought my losses down now to $374.50. So even for the week right now, I'm actually up, because yesterday I did I'm actually down about $6 for the week. But you know what, it's only Tuesday, and anything can happen. Last week I made $1,100 doing what I'm doing now, just on a small stake, going in, out scalping. I had one bad loss. I lost $601 on Snap because my timing was off. It wasn't the wrong stock, it was the wrong timing. And that can happen because I jumped in, and just as I jumped in, somebody dropped it like a bomb, and they got me. And I tried to chase it a little, and it got me again. So $601 loss, but I still ended up with $1,100 win. And that particular day, I have the paperwork for that day. I keep that stuff. I dropped something. Hold on. Okay. I dropped it again. Okay. Stop that. Stop dropping things. Okay. And if I look, let's see if I can find it real quick. Twitter. Be good on Twitter. I dropped 601. That was Thursday. I keep all my charts for each day. So I know it's in here somewhere. 601, 601. Okay, 601, 321. I think that day, well, let's see, Monday. I have the date somewhere. Nope, I can't find it. Here's 411. VERU. See, I traded VERU back then. 190, 241, 839 on FRGE. That was a nice trade. And you know, I can go back and I can look at my trades. Some people keep they have these big things with Excel, and they bring these things up, and I don't do it that way. It's just I just do it on a daily, and I keep it for about a week or two. And you know, like I can see I won out of 20 something days. I can't find the exact one, but I do have it. It's all in here. It's all in this paperwork. But that particular day, I did come out ahead for the day. Even though I lost 601 on that stock, I still won, and I was up 1100 for the week. So to me, I don't get crazy if I'm down. I don't let my emotions get a part of me anymore. And I did when I first started trading. Let me tell you something. It took over 2 years. At 2 years, I was still like, oh my God, I won $6,000. And then the next day I lose 10. I'm going, I can't take this anymore. I quit. I can't tell you if I had like one of those things where you write a line across, line. Every time I quit and said I'm done, I'd need a lot more paper. Let's just put it that way. But I'm still here, and I still go forward because quitters never win and winners never quit. And I know that, and I'm getting better and better at what I do, but it doesn't mean, as good as I can be sometimes, doesn't mean that I'm not going to lose certain days, okay? You are going to lose. The odds are that you need to learn, even at the beginning when you're a new trader, if you can win 50% of the time, but reduce your risk on your losses. So what that means, if you were doing 500 shares, if you were looking to make, if you were doing 500s and 500s, 1,000, you know, and when I say that 500, because the only time I don't add more when it's going up, but when it's going down, I might cost average down, okay? And most of the times I come out okay. But there is 5% of the time that I get hit hard, and it teaches me a lesson. But because they tell you never to cost average down, because when you do, you'll lose twice as much, and it's true. But it'll also save you more times than less if you know what you're doing, okay? Right now, this stock's still trying, and you can see right now the TTM scalper, the stock just went up. Let's make this a little smaller. You can see here where it went up, and it came up to here, and it got a high of 750, and 750 was a hard support level, a lot of resistance right there. No support there, is what I'm saying. And it's so strange, where there was support there earlier at 764 and 759. Maybe even 750. Let's say let's see what happened here. It was 716. No. So old support becomes new resistance. Right now, new resistance is old support. And that's not a good sign, because that tells me that the stock is going to reverse soon, and which it's doing. So if you look here, I had a lot of trouble at 750. But now you see these cross lines from before? It gives me a new section of lines and a new place in between. So I can see what happens here. If not, then I'll have to redo my charts and then redo them to the new points. Okay? So you can see in here what's going to happen here. But let's say for the heck of it, I remove my line. I go back up to 787. Okay? And this is just my way of charting. You have a different way and it's working for you. That's great. Use it. Yeah, 787, and then here the top of this point here, which is about 753. I'm not going to get an exact, so I'm just going to click it right there. So I have it there, which gives me new cross points. I'm going to take off this old one here and remove it. So I have the top one, and if you can see, there's a decline. It's coming down a little. It really should have been a little less, more like 750. So let's see, 3 points can make a difference. So I go back here to 787. There we go, bingo. And here to 749.50. Bam. Right there. I'm right on the number. Okay. And now if I was going to go up this time, I would go from this point here and to here. And what that would show me is there's a good chance that we may be coming into a new squeeze at this point. So I can do this every 15-20 minutes. Let's see. That was at 12:13, 12:56. So even every hour, I can rechart myself and change it, because things change within the chart. And the only way that you would leave it is if you did a Fibonacci, like I said before, from the high of the day to the low of the day. So to do that, you would have to go from 787, and the right way, if you want to do it for the daily, is you will go in and find the bottom of the day. But here I can't see it, so I would go in on my other chart. I'm looking on a different computer right now, and Nutix, and it tells me that my low of the day is 436. So if I was going to put a Fibonacci in here, okay, I would come in from 787, boom, and I bring it down to 436, which would be right. You may not get it exact. There's 35. I'm just going to go there because it's very hard sometimes to be exact. And then when you come back to the 1 minute, okay, you'll have it open here. There's a lot of lines, and this can be very confusing for new people. But you can still see, there's my trend lines that I just drew, the green. And then you can see the Fibonacci, which shows the high of the day, 787. Now, right now, we're in a good place as far as where this stock will go up. And I see right now it is. Okay, and there it is. And the next point up is going to be 787 again. There's nothing in between 712 and 787. And I know that in my mind, so, and going down would be 652. So as long as we hold, be above 650, this stock is still alive. So I'm going to take the Fibonacci out. I just used it for a second to give me the reference points. And right now, you see the points that I redrew? And that gives me my squeeze, and there it is. Okay? Because I know this stock's not dead yet. It's too early. What else is traveling right now? So to find that out, I would have to go into... I'd have to go into my scanner, which I haven't opened up yet for you guys. So I'll open up the scanner if you want me to. And just to give you an idea, let me just see something real quick. Let's find my mouse. I've got 2 mice, 2 keyboards, and 4 monitors, so it gets a little confusing. All right, let me take this out. I'm going to open up a scanner for you real quick. I'm on a daytime scanner, and I'm going to detach it. Okay. And then I can move it over. Okay. Bam. Let me get it over all the way. Come on, come on. Boom. All right. And then I'm going to go back where I was. In here. Oh, look at that thing go. I missed out, didn't I? Ha! I missed out. Let's go back to for right now. I can come back to the scanner. And that is the only thing moving. And there it is. And I told you it would go for a new high a day. And there it is. And my chart worked out perfectly. So if you look at the chart, where I did my chart, and I told you, there's your squeeze point. And it always works. It either squeezes there or it drops there. And I felt it was going to go forward for a new high of the day. I told you I thought it would go for $8. And I asked before, how many of you thought that this would hit $8? And how many of you thought that it would crack? Are you watching this? That was a sweet move. I hope some of you made some money on this. Did anybody get in? Wow, FRGE is back. I love that stock. I made some serious money on that. Some serious cha-ching on that stock. And it's at 232. And I see my chart just did one of those temporary. I'm going to put... wow, I can't believe that thing hit what it did. And I missed it while I'm looking for the scanner. That's why sometimes I don't like to take my eye off the prize. And I tell you, for some of you think that being a moderator is the greatest thing in the world. Sometimes it's better just to be a trader, because your attention is more on what you're doing for yourself in that trade, where when you're teaching and training and trying to teach people something or show people something that'll make them a better trader, you miss out. And there you go, $907 for the bird dog. All right, and someone made $74. Good. I made $191, but not on this road. Nice call. Very good. Taylor Trader, welcome. So as you can see now, we got a lot of resistance up at 795, and now you could probably say that our support level is back to about 750. So with a support at 750 and resistance at 795, I expect a slight pullback. And there it is, 770. Might even go to 765, and then maybe try again and see if it can go over $8. Because like I said, this stock can move, even though it's got a very, very high float. There's somebody in here with a lot of money who's market moving this stock and wants it to go where it wants to go. So we, as little minnows in a shark tank, have to take advantage of that and just make sure that our timing is correct. And there it is, 8:30. There's the jump. Just like I said, 8:45. Wow, that makes you want to jump on the train. Don't chase it. Don't chase it. 850, a lot of resistance at 850. Look at this stock go. What a sweet, sweet stock. Unbelievable. Missed it. That would have made my day. Like I said, being a moderator is not always the best thing, or a live streamer, because you miss out on a lot of things when you're trying to show others. This thing wants to go. This thing's not done. What was the? Let me just see something. I'm gonna pull up in my stock chart, so I don't have to take out of where I'm at here. And this is, what stock is this? NUT's X NUT. I don't think there is any 200. There's nothing for this stock because it's an IPO. That's right. You're not going to find anything. NUTX update. There's nothing. Nothing on this stock. Nothing. Okay. Nothing you can do. You just have to depend on whether or not you think it's going to go or it's not going to go. There's your pullback. You can see your high upper shadow. I don't like that upper shadow. So if you look at that, I don't know if you can see it on here. Yeah, there it is. So if you look at this upper shadow, 863 is it's not a real high of the day, okay? But this is not a real stock in my eyes, because there's no reason why it's really moving other than somebody decided to make it move. And then the mob jumped on, and that's what moves the stock, is they were talking a little earlier right in this room about the straddles for Google tonight going long. You could do, why don't you, instead of buying 150 shares, Taylor, you don't do options, do you? You could just go buy two contracts and put in 200, and you'll put out a lot less money than you would if you bought the stock. The only thing is, I don't like to go into options overnight. It's just, you have no control. You know, that's the one thing. Once 4 o'clock comes, you're stuck. You can't get out of that option. Whatever price you have, or whatever stop loss, won't come into effect till the next day at whenever, 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30. So there's the pullback, 8:30, 8:38. Let's see. The stock is now, it looks like it's forming another bull flag. And if you look at this stock and you do it down to about a 5 minute, you can see this stock has an upward climb. This stock wants to go. So right now, I think the next step is, it could go for $9. 863, like I said, is not a good high of the day. And it had dropped. When it dropped down to about 825, 828, there was a good time to buy in. Now you just got to see what's going to happen. You got to remember, there's somebody in here who may be holding 500,000 shares, and he can market order out with 200,000, 200,000. And if you go back a little further back and you look at you got 140,000 there, you got about 290,000 there. You can look to these drops, and this one here, that was a big one, 323,000. So it wouldn't be much for somebody who's holding a lot of shares just to drop a quick, 250, 300,000 shares in a market order, and pick up all the money from the people that have stop losses and pull all that money in. And that's what they do. You got to be careful. And now that calls for another bite of this brie cheese. I never see Deck eat when he trades. Is that good? This brie cheese, room temperature, would go good with a glass of red wine. But I haven't had a drink in over almost 9 years, so I'm not going to start now. Okay. You like the straddle too, for the Google. Your loss is just your premium if it goes the other way. All right. Any other stocks that anybody sees? I was going to bring up right now I don't want to do anything while this is very volatile, NUTX. So last time I went off just to get the scanner up, you saw what happened. And I missed out on the play. I got you. No, I don't. Don't even go there. Drink some Gatorade, okay? This is being featured by Gatorade, which has electrolytes, which makes you a better trader. So have Gatorade and electrolyte yourself. All right, this stock's still trying to hold on. So right now we probably have I would say about $8.10, maybe $8. $8 would be, or $8.10 might be your support level at this point, with a lot of resistance at $8.50. So even though it jumped, and it jumped up to 863, if you look at it flat across the top, you'll see 842, 844. It had a lot of resistance at 850. So even though somebody bought a lot of shares at one time, they got out of it very quickly. It spiked and it went over. So, you know, you can count those dojis or not, but really you're looking at about 847, 850, I would say, is the resistance point. And that's one of the most important things, you know, when you want to go long on a stock or short a stock, you need to know the resistance and you need to know the support, okay? And I wish Pav Josh was still around. The guy's such a good trader. I don't know where he is. I looked on his Twitter. There's a chance he might be in Bahamas right now. Listen, he made about $3 million last year, you know, and the guy is young. He's only about Deck's age, and he's doing really well. And he actually, if you can find his video, it is out there. I'll see if I can locate it and maybe bring it in tomorrow. If we could, you could look at and listen to the video he did with Deck when he was he did that interview about, I don't know, 8 months ago, maybe a little longer. It was a great interview. He's very nerdy. He's actually a gamer, and he was very good at gaming, and he's very good at stock trading. Obviously, he started with $12,500 in February of 2020, and that first year or 2020, he made $1 million, and then the second year he brought that up to about $3 million. And I think he had a total of almost $5 million at one time, but he lost one day pretty big, about a couple of $100,000, you know. But he can lose big and make big because he went for it. That's what happens to me. I go for it really big and I get my ass kicked. So I need to just do what I do and be consistent at what I do right, you know. Unfortunately, I'm not in there in the big league with some of the people who are trading, and that's okay. You know what? I'm only trading a few years. I'm only trading as a day trader. This is my 4th year. So I remember when I became a moderator. In fact, Taylor became a moderator around the same time, about a month later. So, you know what? It is what it is. But he's a great trader. When Taylor's out there, I don't know if he's still here, but you know what? I watch him a lot. When he says he's going to do something, I have total respect for him because he says, I'm going to buy a stock. He'll tell you the price he's going to buy it at, how many shares he's going to go in. And he's usually right. He's got probably about a 90% or better trade percentage. He's very good. In fact, he loses money when he stops watching and he goes out at night and he swing trades a stock and it goes up $150,000. He leaves it on the table, wakes up the next morning, it's down 20, and he still walks out a winner at 15, 20,000. But he left 150,000 on the table. How many people here could do that? You know, I mean, if I left, I'd be watching it every second. Now I gotta check my stock. I gotta check my stock. You know, he goes, I don't care. You know, it's like whatever. It's a great attitude to have, you know. I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. What a great attitude. Maybe there'll be a day that we could all get to that point. You know, I'm at a better point than I was 3 years ago. I don't get that bubbles in my stomach and that, you know, I got to take a, what do you call those things? One of those pink chalk pills because my stomach is in knots. You know, I don't do that anymore. What's his name again? Does he have a YouTube channel? Are you talking about, who are you talking about? This dude, who are you talking about? I was talking about Taylor, but he doesn't have a channel. Holy moly, did he trade options? Oh, you're talking about Pav Josh. No, Pav Josh. If you're talking about Pav, he did not trade options. He only did stocks. Let's see. Who's calling me? It's not Taylor. Adrian, image. Spruce up your garden. Okay. All right. Yes, that's what I like to see. Adrian just shot me over his P&L. He just made $250 on ATER. I wasn't even watching it. It's in there. It's in my list. But it's up 7%. Good for him. I like to hear that when friends of mine or anybody in these rooms makes money. You know, you need to share it. But when you take a loss, you need to share that too. You know, I didn't want to come in today and tell you I was losing money, but you know what? It is what it is. And if I had just paid attention to NUTX, I would be up from 12,000. Yeah, he did that from February 2020 to December 31st. He made over $1 million, and he showed his P&Ls, real live P&L, because I have TOS, so I know when somebody's showing real money, and I know when they're showing, play money. And he's all real. He's the real deal. He's got a beautiful car. I showed it this morning. Let's see. I might be able to. I'll show you something. I have to open up. Let me just open up Tradecaster in my other computer, and let me open up my room. Hey, that's me. Okay, and let me just do from the chat room, and Pop Josh. This is the life he's living right now. There you go. That's pretty good. I never realized I could do that. See, I have a hard time getting stuff out of this computer, so I can go to my other computer, just open up real quickly, and I can pull it up. And there's Pav a couple months ago. I took this off of his Twitter. So you can see he's a nerdy-looking guy, but he's cool, and he's having fun. And you know why? How many people own a Lambo, at 28 years old, brand new, and it doesn't even hurt him. Look at this, 885. I'm not even watching this. This thing is going. Do I take this chance? I want to make some money. Where is it going? I hate to chase stocks. Where is it going? 885. Come on. Let's take a shot. Okay, where did I get in? 866. Come on, just want a small scalp. Put me up there. Come on. Don't hurt me. I get scared. Come on. Okay, that's what I wanted. Just a quickie, just to get in, to show you. You can go in and take. Oh, look at that thing go! Take a quick scalp. Now I'm up to $246. I wasn't watching. You see, the point is, I'm actually here just trying to show you things, and I'm not watching the board to see what's going on. But I just brought it up another few dollars. Just brought up another $50 in 5 seconds. Lost my feed. At what's his name again? Pav Josh. You can find it on Twitter. You can look on the Pav Josh. His last name is Combs. Joshua Combs. Combs. Look at that. I might get rid of all my losses for the day. That was just a 19-second trade for a quick $50. 500 shares. Got in at 66 and out at 77.5. I just said, you know what? It looks like it's good. I'm going to try. But this stock's going to go for $9. And where we say last time was $9.30. So this thing's going to go for the old high. We're looking good at this point, It's looking really good. I'm going to remove my drawing here and take it from this point now to this point here, right there. And now you can see the channel where what we're doing is we're building. Hold on, where am I? Oh, wow. Oh, wrong mouse. Okay, I'm saying, how did I get in that computer? You can see what's happening here. We're building higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. This stock's going to be over $9 soon. And this stock, like right now, here's your pullback. Okay, here's a good buy probably. 850, 858, and watch it go. Because this stock's going to try to hit 930. How did that thing just hit a height all of a sudden? I didn't even see it go. Wow. I'm watching two different computers and they're at two different prices. It's amazing. That means my computer's starting to lag. I'm going to finish this last piece of brie cheese. And I will stop eating on you. Yeah, 875, absolutely. It's got to hold 875 to go to the next leg up. And every leg up at this point, and for some of you who don't know, you can go to the video library. Deck's got a really good video on the 875 rule. So for some of you that are in here now and you're new, go check in the video. Not right this second, don't leave me now. And then we'll tell you, if it holds 875 and it'll go to the next leg, every leg after this is 25 cents. Now, $10, I believe, was a point that this stock has not been to yet. So if we look up NUTX, even on, here it is. I'm looking at a different computer right now. Oh, that's Allo. Sorry, that's the wrong one. How come I have Allo twice? Uh-oh. What happened to NUTX? EOB. I lost it. Let's get rid of that one. I don't know where it is. Hold on. PKKK. Hour. No. Oh, I got it. I do got it. Okay, so NUTTX, wow, still showing at 574 in here. Very nice. Okay, it has a high, 52-week high. Oh, it did go that high. This thing took off when it first, $52.80. The stock could do anything. But 891 is the high of the day right now. Yep, that's it. It's not done. I don't see this stock. I think it still wants to run, and I think it wants to go over the, so if you feel the same way I do, and right now it's holding, it's bullish. The stock is not only above the VWAP over here, which is, you see it light up, 742. It's above the 13, which is 845. I believe that we have an probably 850, 860 support right now. And I think this thing's 891 is definitely not a high of the day number. So if this thing doesn't pull back one more time, it's going to rock and roll. And we're almost at, it's 1:17. We're still in lunchtime. I got to take this hat off. It's too hot in here. All right. Oh, there's my cat. You want to wear the hat? No, she said no. She don't like things on her head. My little girl. Now, hold on one second. I just want to get her a treat. Just stay there, baby girl. Just stay there. I take care of you. I take care of my girl. I do. I was looking for you before. I was eating and I had ham for you. You didn't show up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 5, 6. There's 7 treats. All right? That's because you're such a good girl. You're the girl of my life. That's the girl of my dreams right there. Okay. Feeding the cat. My cat always comes first. She likes to trade. She actually likes to watch. She comes. I have a big leather chair behind me, and she gets on the back post behind my head, and she sits across the back of the chair. BRQs, I get covered too soon. Let's see. I'm just looking at some of the things. I watched the other rooms. I can't believe he's playing such a cheap stock. I didn't know Tim plays these cheap stocks. Time to get paid on Arch. Let's see. ARCH. That's a big one. That's Alex. He's playing Arch. Trading Arch. 17. Arch. What do we got here? 21. Saba. Saba didn't do much today. Let me down. 17. 16. NK is done. I'm just going through some of the stocks that I pulled out. VERU. Hurt me. I'm not playing with that stock again. Okay. SKYH. Still alive, but not really much happening. ABDL. It's up $1. No big deal. RDBX. I think it's done for the day. Put it to sleep. Let's see what else I got here. BKKT. Not doing very much. It's up, but it's not an hour. Same thing. Now I'm going to some of the lowest stocks. NUTX, of course, we know we're watching now. What else? Allo. Okay, 866 Allo. Allo's only up a penny. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't watch stocks. If they're less than 30, 40 cents, I get rid of them. Allo's another one. I think it's done, but I'll keep it up there. And I don't trade penny stocks under $1. I just don't. Now, here we go again. We had another try. So you can see there's another, what do you call those whammies? You can see those high tails there at 890, 892 are at. There it is, 892. And I think we still need there's a pullback to 867. The thing went back. See how fast? I don't like those high upper shadows. It's having a lot of resistance. You got 2 reds there. So you got one again at 892, 890, 888, and then 892. So that's 2 major tries, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4 times it tried, and it did not reach. So either one of the next few times this stock's going to try, and it's going to make it, and it's going to go over the $9, or they're going to get tired, and somebody's going to drop out, and I don't want to be stuck holding the bag. How do you feel about that? It is bullish. Usually it's harder to fall or fail. It's a fall. You know Bill W. active. Sure do. Sure do. Akron, Ohio, isn't it? Akron, Ohio. Just for today, my thoughts will be on my new associations. People who are not using and have found a better way. And as long as I live that life, I have nothing to fear. But that's just for today, Swanson. And there it is. 909, 910, 918. What's going on here? What do you think, folks? You think? You think? What's going on here? I need a pullback. 9:30. I don't want to chase it, and I don't want to lose what I've got already. And it's a little late. Late to the party, but it's not over. 9:30. There it goes. 9:45. 9:57. Oh, lordy lord. We all could have been making some serious bucks here, you know? I hope some of you were in this. 9:52. 62. This thing just went almost a point in seconds. 9:80. Unreal. 200,000. Here's your pullback. Pullback. Right here. 9:43. 9:52. There's your buy. Boom. Right around here. Let's see what happens. Boom. And there it goes. Told you. There was the buy. It could have pulled back a little lower. It's still struggling, but it's going to go one time quick. You got to be fast. So if you're in right now, you can hold. It'll go. It's going to hit, and you got to get out fast. I would get out probably around 990, 988, 990, because I know everybody else is going to pull out earlier before 10. 10 is the $1 is the first hardest, $10 second hardest, and $5 the third hardest point to meet for the first time. But this is not the first time, but it's still a hard resistance point for a stock to get over. So this stock is not done. I mean, it's pulling back. There was a couple of good buys there below. So at 940, low 40s, 940. I'm doing to start growing my Trade Zero small account in June, July. Wrapper trading right now to learn. Oh, paper trading. I keep getting stopped out and losing dollars from my trailing stop too short. What is a good trailing stop? Well, I go 25 cents. Everybody's different, but I do 500 shares, and I do. Look at that, 985. Let's keep an eye on this. Let's keep an eye. This thing wants to hit $10. I told you, there was 988, 990. I would have been out. I would have been out right there. I would have been filled. I told you, see what's happening? It's pulling back. When it hit 990, 985, I would have got out 988. Just like I told you. But it's still trying. This thing is going to keep trying to get over $10. One more pullback, and it might be a good buy. Again, there's 976, but too much of a spread. You got to wait till the tight. Oh, there it is. There it is. 10. This stock is not stopping. Nothing is stopping this stock. Wow. Let's see what he's saying.
Keep on watching KTX, Fridge, CYN. NutX team starting to go a little bit more nutty again. We'll pull it.
You heard him. NutX is starting to go a little nutty again. That was AK. I love AK. He's like my brother. Okay, right now, who thinks this thing's going to go even higher? Does anybody feel 1050? Got out early just as it spiked. Nice. Nice. Bird dogs. That's not bad. Not bad. A lot better than I've done. There it goes. There it goes. What's it going to do when it comes for you? What's it going to do? My luck, I'll get in again, and this thing's going to dump on me. 1050 is a good high of the day. But it doesn't look finished. It does not look finished. This thing just wants to go. Oh. I would have got out too early, too. I would have got out at 988, but I didn't get in. If you don't risk it, you don't get the biscuit. You know what they say, right? So, okay. This thing wants to run one more time. Got out just as a spike. Nice profit. There it is. 45.66. This thing is not done. This thing is not done. I see $11. Well, I got to hit 1075 first, but I see $11. If this thing could go to $11, it could go to 13. What's it going to do? What's it going to do? Unbelievable. And the volume is only 900,000. Let's see. And the volume before that was 800,000. You got 7. That's 1.5. There's another 800. There's the middle one here is 5, and this one here. You see, 865. Look at the size of that candlestick. Not that big. So the size of the candlestick has nothing to do with how many shares were traded. Remember that, okay? And the next candlestick, this one, look at it, 200,000. Look how small it is. You see? And it still wants to go. It's starting to bull flag again. Okay? And what it's doing, again, you go here, 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 and now up here. It's building higher lows. It's building higher highs, too. Building higher lows and higher highs. And that's what you want. That's what you want. Look at this thing go. You're missing out, huh? Well, you're not in. You know, but you can't chase either. You just don't know when somebody says, hey, that's it, it's quits. But you can't be afraid either. Can't believe I got out another just before the squeeze. That's what everybody's saying. That's what everybody is saying. Okay. 246. I made immediately 246, but I only went in with 500 shares 5 times. There it goes. This thing is going to run. Who thinks this thing's going to run? Who thinks that this is going to run to $11? You all with me? Yes or no? Yes or no? $11 on NUTX. Yes or no? Okay, I say yes. Oh, and there's the pullback, and that was why I didn't want to chase it. This is the exact reason I said I didn't want to chase, but that was a good buy. When that thing pulled back right there to nine something, that was a good buy. 9.95. That was a quick one. Somebody just went in there. Look what they dropped. Let's see. That was a drop of over probably 500,000 shares out of the 787, and now you back up 150. See, it's going to run again. But you got to be careful. As long as we're above the 13 EMA, which is this line right there, at 960, we're good. This stock, I'm sorry for the noise in the background. If you hear that noise, it's because there's work being done in the building. I hope it doesn't get too close to me. I thought they were done. They always seem to do it about this time, which sucks. That's why I didn't go live back in February and March for a while, because they were doing so much work in my building. Is it very loud on your end? Yes or no? Nothing I can do about it. I'll only do it for a little bit, then it'll go away. Okay. Is anybody in NUTX right now? Is anybody still long? Anybody? Darth, are you still here? Or are you working? Did you leave me? He left me. This dude, are you in it? Are you in it to win it? He left altogether. Probably had to go to work. Okay. Right now, it's like it's holding. It's holding the $10. It's got a hold here. Okay, and it dropped. It was a good point. It went down to 978, 975 for a split second. Would have been nice if you had a low limit order to buy at that point when it came back. It would have filled at a good spot. Look at it. And then it went back up after that. Well, it didn't go back. Not yet. See, right now we're at the 13. It's got to hold here. It's got to hold. There's a pullback, and that's what I was afraid of. And that's why when I missed the run, I told you, don't chase it. Because when you chase it, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get caught holding the bag. And some of you are probably holding it right now at 1050, 1060, saying, you think it's going to come back? I hope it comes back. I hope it comes back. And you know what that means, right? What does that mean? Heck, if I know what that means, I know what it means. Let's see. Stock. Hold on 1 second. I'm just looking for... This computer is so tough to find things. Ooh, that's not it. You know what? I kill myself doing this in here. I just do it in here. Let's say. Go here. So you're sitting there, let's say, and you're holding it, and you're saying to yourself, I wonder if this is going to come back. And there's something I post on the board all the time, okay? And that's hope is not a strategy. All right. We have to have a plan. And part of my plan was not to get caught chasing this stock above 940. 1040, I mean. Because you know what? There's no guarantee. I've seen this too many times. You think it's going to go. And 1069 is not a real high of the day. Very unusual to see a stock end on an odd number like that. So there's still a good chance that this stock is going to run again. But again, you can't put all your money on that, okay? So right now, I'm going to take this. You can see this has changed, and everything's changed with it. So I'm going to pull that out. I'm also going to take this lower one here, all right? And I'm going to remove the drawing here. I'm going to go from the low here to here. That was another low point right there, okay? And then also, here's the problem. Well, we got to go up to a high of, and I don't know if that's a real number, even though we see it. Bingo. See, the problem is there's nothing to really draw. There is no. So even if I left it straight ahead at 1069, I've never really done my lines that way, because truthfully, I know that right now we're in a downward slope. You would have to go from the 1069 down to where it is now, somewhere around there, and that's what it would look like. And I don't think, when I look at this, I don't see squeeze up. I see crack down. What do you say? I mean, I'd rather look at the other one from 1069, you know, but I don't know if that's true, if that's a true trend line. If I go back to 3 minutes there, see, even that would go, it would be a channel upward. It's still in a channel upward. If we look at this thing on a 5 minute, everything is still showing up. As long as it holds to a certain point. Okay, let me close that out. Okay. Maybe starting its midday afternoon bounce already. It may, but I don't know that. You don't either. Let me see if I put this at 110, what happens. Oh, that's a little better. Oh, I like that. Okay. I can read the captions better. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, but I don't want to look at this one here. I don't think of it as a real point. And that was just showing the high of the day. That's all that this is showing. It's not a true trend line. It's very hard right now. It's trying to hold. So right now, let's get out of the 5 minute and go back to a 1 minute. And you can see, there's my high, and there's the trend line, which was correct. So we'll see what happens. So as long as it stays above this area right here, and it stays, like, there's your 13 EMA, we're still a little bullish. It still wants to go. So this thing could spike up. So my line might be right. Just using it as a top line, and here, with the correct trend line. And it wants to go. How many people want to take the chance right now and say, you know what, I'm going to take 500 shares and see if it goes up? Are you willing to take that chance? You know what they say, if you don't risk it, you don't get the biscuit. Right? Let's see. I love that saying. I don't know why I was killing myself before trying to find it in this computer when I can just do it in the other computer. And there it is. It wants to go. And I told you, 1069 is not a real high a day. I am so tempted right now to just take 500 shares and see if it'll go like right now. Right now. I like that. 995. If I can get that. It's still got a lot of volume. It's got 300,000. It's got 310, 315. It is still trying to climb. Is anybody in right now in this room? Is anybody long? I don't know if there's any shorts for this stock. Does anybody have any shorts? Has anybody shorted this stock? Adrian, you know I'm live right now, right? I gotta put you up. I'm live right now. Say hello to Adrian, everybody.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Why don't you come in the room? Are you at work?
Yeah, I gotta go pick up an order.
Oh, okay. Well, call me back after, because I'm in the middle of right. All right.
Got it.
Right. That's Adrian from Music. You know, a lot of you know Adrian from Music. He's a good friend. He's actually the first call that I ever made to a trader to help him 3 years ago. And we have been more than 3 years ago. We've been best of friends since then. And we talk almost every day, every other day. I'm very in tune with him and his family and what goes on in his life. And that's some of the benefits here, that meeting people that become your friends. I'm a little different than Deck. I'll answer the call. But I make you a part of it, you know? I don't hide it. Hold on, folks. I got to take care of something. Hold on. I got to get a drink. Hold on. I got to go to the bathroom. He never says that. He's not normal. He doesn't do those things. Holy moly. How are you doing today? Trade Zero will not open. Their system is down. Nice. Everybody having that problem with Trade Zero? Let me just see in the other room. It's Trade Zero. Let's see, I put it out there. See if somebody says, it's Trade Zero down.
I get ready to, like I said, instead of being the alerter, become the...
Let's see if somebody answers me on the board. It won't open for you. Is having issues. Yes, logging us out randomly. Okay. Okay. So it's not just you, holy moly. And calling them up won't do you any good, so don't waste your time. And that's when you wish you had another broker. And like I have both. I have Trade Zero and I have Thinkorswim. I'm so tempted to go back into this thing. I don't know what it's going to do. It looks like it still wants it. If you look at the lines that I drew, you know, being the top trend line is just a high of a day trend line. It's not a regular trend line, okay? Because if I drew it the other way, it would be from somewhere like from here, a high here, to the high here. That would be the real trend line. Maybe a little lower than I just drew it, but which shows you that we're still in a channel going up, okay? So right now, it's the first time it's a pullback. I don't know if you consider it a high or low at this point. It would depend if it stays above or below this trend line here. But at this point, we are still moving up. And if you went into a 5-minute, you're still going up. If you went into a 15-minute or 10-minute, it looks like it's even trying to create a slight bull flag. So don't let that downward fool you. This stock could move at any minute. It's almost 2 o'clock, and this stock could go. At least I was able to bring some of my losses down today, because it was not a green day for me, unfortunately. So let's see. I got 246. You know what? I brought it down a bit. I could have been. I told you earlier, if I traded this stock the right way and I wasn't doing what I'm doing with you guys, I would have been out. I would have been in the green. I would definitely be in the green. So I got 565.50 minus 246 even brings. I'm down to 319. So I'm minus 319 for the day. That's really one good trade. It's not really a big deal. I'd be happy just to break even today and call it a day. Unfortunately, it's sad because this is a stock that could have made you a lot of money. And I didn't take advantage of it. I took advantage of it, but on a very small scale. It's kind of, you know, you could have gone in with a couple thousand shares and made a ton of money very quickly. When the momentum was there, you need to jump into a stock, you know. And 5,000 shares is not a lot. If you go down, if you go into the time of sales and you bring this down and you look at the right column, there's 2,500, 2,400. Let's see if there's any big ones in here. 1,000, 1,100, 1,000. And it doesn't mean there weren't more. This is just the way they came in. So you could do a limit order for 5,000, and it may not fill 5,000. It'll fill 200, 700, 900. You know, it fills sporadically. There's one for 2,000. I just saw 1,500. So if you did put a $2,500, there's 3,000. Right there's 1,000, 1,500. There's a bunch of them right there. I can't hold it. because it's moving. I'm trying to go back where all that movement was. Let's see. See, at the right time, if you do it, there's a lot of green. I'm trying to get where there's a lot of green. There you go. So you can see right there, that was about 10,000 shares in that second. So if you get in when it's moving green, I wouldn't do it. Like right now, it's green. If you got in with 2,000 shares, it would be sucked up in there. Nobody would really know you went in with 2,000. It's not like you had a limit order in there. But the question is it going to hold? At this point, we need to know. Like I said, I don't buy breakouts. This is a pullback, but right now it's fighting. It's like it could. If this was the VWAP, we would say is it going to hold the VWAP? At this point, is it going to hold the 13 EMA? And it's got to either start showing some positiveness to it and more momentum before I would consider even jumping in. And right now, you can see it's not holding, but it's not for real. Because right now, I have to say, with a lot of resistance at this point, I would say that we have supported around 960. And we're not holding. There it is. Bingo. It doesn't mean it's over. You can go down to $9 and still come back, but it's probably very unlikely. And at this point, I would take out my, this line here. I'm in another computer, sorry. I would take out that line. And then that's my high. I already know what my high is. I would remove this, and now I go from here at 1069, and I can draw a trend line to here, where that top was. And you can see that ordinarily your squeeze would have been in here, and it's not, and we're below. So unless we come back above, that's your true trend line right now for this section of time. Not for the whole day. Lafferty Daniel, how are we today? I want to thank everybody who's here today. Listen, this room was pretty much set up originally. I wasn't. Oh, look at that! Out of nowhere, look at that! Don't you hate that? It's like you wish you were holding the bag, don't you? Look at this. It's like, now, what would you do? Oh my gosh. I'm just going to try to jump in at that because I know it's going to go. I know it wants a new high of the day. I know it, and there it is, and there it is, and there it is. Done. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. And it's halted up? No, it's not halted because there's the pullback. Unbelievable. I told you $11 earlier. Told you $11. Look at that. How many shares? Right there. 500,000 shares there, and another 500,000 right there. Look at that, 1121. Beautiful. Just we weren't in it. Now, would you chase this stock at this point? Huh. Knew the stock was going to go. We all said before that it would hit $11. Now what? The stock will keep going. I'm out close. I'm out close. Too soon. You got out too soon is what you're trying to say, Greg? Wow, this stock is not stopping. It is not stopping. And I can't chase a stock like this. I just can't. I can't. Wow, look at the pullback. There you go. Now wow. What's it going to do? You're done, huh? It's only not even 2 o'clock. He's done. Okay, I'm done. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for coming. I'm kidding. Look at this thing. It's not done, folks. It is not done. This thing is going to run. 1175, next leg up. Come on. Should have jumped back in at 11. Come on, give me one more pullback. I know this thing wants to go. 1150. A lot of resistance at 1150. But not for this. Somebody's sitting there with a lot of shares. Look at this thing. I hate this. I just knew. And it's an IPO. It's gambling. Listen, there is no right or wrong. It's gambling. It's throwing the dice. Okay? It is definitely like throwing the dice. Okay. NUTX. There you go. Who wants to throw the dice? Who's next? Who's up? We're at the craps table. Who thinks this thing is going to 12? Anybody? What do you see a pull back to 1095? What do you think? Which way? Pull back or forward? Come on, you guys are too quiet. Any questions? Any questions on TOS? If you have any questions on TOS, now is the time, okay? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. 11:35. Do you have a tutorial on TTM squeeze? No, but there is one on. That's okay. I'll go over it again with you, young comer. But the thing is that you can get that on Google. So let's see if I can go find one real quick for you. Okay, TTM. You want it's the TTM scalper that you want. TTM scalper. Okay. Alert. Scalper alert. Trade options. Let's see if there's a YouTube. Okay. One of the best day trading indicators. I agree.
I'm up over 5,000%.
Okay. And you'll have to wait on that, my friend. Okay. Okay. TTM scalper. Let's see if I'm doing this right. ALPER video. So you can watch this later, okay? But I'll go over it again. I'll go over it right now. Look at that 12. I knew it was going to go to see. That's what I try to tell you, folks. You take your head away for 1 second and you miss out. That's why being a moderator is not always the best thing for making money. Okay, 12:15. Is it going to go any further? There's your pullback, 11.95. Now you got to be careful, okay? 12.18 could be a high of the day. Okay, this thing could pull back or it can go. I said before that I saw 13. If it hits 13 early enough, it could go to 15. But I think 13 is the magic number. 13.25, 13.50. What do you think? It's still going. I know. 12.25. Okay, let's see. But you don't want to get caught in that pullback. You don't know. You got to be careful. There's over 100,000 shares per candlestick now. That last candlestick right there, that big boom, I can't see it, was 160, let me see, I can't see it on that computer. 925,000 on that one. On that big candlestick was 925,000. I'm going to take this line out because it's useless at this point. Remove that. Okay. 1250, 1249. This thing is still running. My luck, I'm gonna get shafted here. Okay, who's trying to talk to me? Oh, that's this. I gotta put a stop on that one. Don't worry, I will get in for you. Very nice, but I'm not taking your losses with you. Okay, 1211, 1208. Let's see what's gonna happen here. What's gonna happen? I want to jump in. I just have a feeling it's not over yet. Oh, wow. Nice pullback. Went from 11.85. Did you see that? And it came right up quickly. Somebody doesn't want to pull it back that far. 12. Oh, should have jumped in. See? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. How many shares? I don't want to lose my money. I've already lost enough today. Ah, look at this. This bitch. Look at this. Unbelievable. Oh, my Lord. And there's too much of a spread right now to jump in. It has to go up a lot. There, it's getting tighter. Bingo. There it is. There's my 13, like I told you guys. There's the 13. There's the 13. Did I call it? I called that. I definitely called that. I know. I'm usually right, especially when I stay out, 1350. I see it coming. 1350. That's what I called before. 1350. Remember? Wow. Wow. Look at this baby roll. Come on. This is so unfair. So unfair. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It almost halted there for a second. It's got to have a pullback. It's got to have a pullback. There it is right there. That's the halt. It's just about to happen. Anybody has the LU upper, it must be around 1335 or somewhere. It's got to pull back and stay there for a while. There it is, 48. Unbelievable. I don't want to get stuck on a halt. Unbelievable. I called it 1350. I think it's going to go further. Who wants the biscuit? 1347 so far. That's the high of the day. Look at this baby go. Ooh, right there. It's going to hold. It's going to hold. It's going to hold. It's going to hold right there. I think it halted. I called that too. There you go. Halted up. I called 1350 and it halted up. They went a little too far. They couldn't pull it back fast enough. I should jump in. See, I should play my own alerts. Whoever does makes money every time. And that's the way it is, folks. Wow. What a run. What a run for this day. I would have to say that this stock today is a super mover, because this thing went over what, 500%? Let's see, you went from $5, so almost 300. This is about 260%. Let's see what it says. NUTX has gone 204% so far. Wow, that's amazing. This is totally amazing today. Whew. I am good at alerting, you know. It's just something I learned how to do, and I get scared of doing what I know should be done, you know. The new IPO is spiking due to a lack of options elsewhere. Yeah, that's exactly what I said to all this room before, that it's moving for no reason other than it's got momentum. And sometimes that's all it takes. This is a super mover, 204%. But you got to be careful. And I called, as I did say, 1350. I think when this opens, you might see either, let's see, you might see a quick spike at this point. It could spike up. You won't get in on time. If it pulls back, I would consider it. I'm not gonna chase it if it spikes. You need a pullback to about 1320. Well, we'll just have to see what happens now. So, what do we got? I pulled the trigger at 8:36 long. Are you still in? Wow. Are you still in? Or did you get out? See, that's the key. All right, this thing halted at 1352, which means it'll open up at 1357.43. So in 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes, this thing will open. So 1352.43. Let me write that down. 1352. That's 57.43. Okay, 1357. Because I'm going to leave this area. And what I wanted to do is copy, go into here, and I can put this in here. There's the halt. Anybody wants to look at the page for the halts. Okay? And we're talking about nuts went nuts today. Should unhalt at 1357.
All right, traders.
43.
It is currently 155 right now.
Let's hear what Deck has to say real quick. I'll pipe it into the room.
We have NUTX at this moment currently up 204% on the day. That is pretty wild.
I already said that.
Pretty crazy to see. Now, obviously, everyone's asking the same questions. Why? What's happening here? What's the press release?
There is no reason.
NUTX NQTX go on display.
Can you hear this?
So let's actually try to break this down. Let's try to find this reason. Let's go ahead and kind of.
Let's be ready when it opens, okay?
NQTX at this moment.
I'm going to keep this low.
204%.
Let's be ready when this opens. Because there is no reason for this thing to go other than it did. And you need to be ready if you're going to get in there. So 3:57 and 43 seconds. So we are a minute away from the stock opening. How many people think this is going to go up? How many people think this is going to pull back? I want a slight pullback. Now this is the first halt of the day. So anything can really happen. I'm going to leave mine open. So in case I decide to get in real quick. I want to see if I can make a few extra bucks. I have 500 shares ready on a buy market. Let's see. And we're going to open up in 30 seconds. And right now, let's see. It's 20, 21, 22, 23. Opens up. 43. 13 seconds. By the time you get this, it'll be almost opening. Because this is delayed. Ready? Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Bingo. Pull back. Pulling back. That's what you want. Ooh, that's a big pullback. Big pullback.
And you know what? Sometimes when there's no stock available,
whoa.
People start pumping something on up. And sometimes these stocks catch fire.
Glad I held back.
Right now, NQTX, if I had to break down this play and look at it, I still say buyers are supposed to go. I still say at this moment, you do that again.
It didn't go up. It did not go up because the high of the day is 1347. So it did not go up. It just dropped. But it's pulling back now. It's starting to recover slightly. It pulled back to about 1220. Let's see. It pulled back all the way to the 13, which is about 1320, 1220, I mean. And now it's starting to move forward again. There it goes. Oh, look at that jump. Look at the jump. Wow. Who would have expected that?
Right now, I suggest it is a buyer play only. Well, Deck, why do you say that? The stock's up 200% with no news. Why wouldn't we want to short it? Because I'm telling you right now, it's
where am I at?
Take it from me. I've lost money on doing this before. I'm wanting to try to...
Nice! All right. There goes my loss for the day. Gone. Wiped out. Wiped out my loss. $473 on the nose. There you go. I just doubled my money on my buy. Quick in, quick out. I was in a matter of 6 seconds, and I doubled my position. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I have not lost for the day. Unbelievable. I'm pretty close to breaking even. Let's see. Unbelievable.
And that could be either an upper shadow or a crack of the uptrend. But right now at this moment, it is still more buyers.
Just give me a second here. 35 plus 116, 40 plus 473.
So I'm just being straight up.
Okay, so on my plus side, I have 624.40. On my negative side, I'm still down a little bit. I'm still down. My account is back over the 28,000 mark. I'm happy about that. So I am down, let's see, 565.50 plus 75.80 plus...
I call that a kill can. That basically says, okay, party's over. Okay,
oh no, that's wrong.
Okay, this doesn't seem like it's going to be going up anytime.
Let's see, 92.85 plus 82.10. That's all. Hold on, try it one more time. 92.85 plus 82.10 plus 541. 69. 716. I'm still down, but not much. Wow, that's pretty good. 716, 60.
So that is where we are currently at.
Take away 624. 42. That's not bad.
Congratulations.
This
For all the people that are
$92.
long on NUTX,
I think I can make this back too.
it's kind of spread out between a few different chats right now because it's, you know,
Okay.
in the afternoon. But is
So
anyone
I went from being
on
down
the long side?
um,
Anyone in on NUTX on the long
about
side right now?
565 at the time. I'm down $92.22.
If you are in on NUTX on the long side right now, I think you are still.
But I told you guys 1350 and it went to 1381. It was a pretty good call. Pretty good call.
But I love this stuff. I love looking at the market and seeing a stock up over 200.
For those of you who didn't hear, I'm only down
Right now, we're seeing a lot of big time
now.
breakouts. I love what we're seeing at this moment because the stock market is getting
$92.92. $92.22.
Now,
There you go.
let's see how much higher we can
From
go. Now the other big concern
from being
about
down
the
over
other
600.
thing that we're seeing
5
is who right now
being
has
down
a put contract on Tesla. Who right now is shorting Tesla
from
at this
$716. Okay, so you can see at one time I was down $716 today, and right now I'm down $92.22. So that's why I tell you, a day is never over, and I didn't chase. I got smart, and I did eagle scalping to get myself back into position. So right now I'm up for the week. And when I look at it this way, and you take a step back when you are losing, it doesn't mean it's the end of your day. But for some of you, when you're in PDT, it is the end of your day. Maybe the end of your week.
little signer right here, right?
But there,
Little signer.
I'm back where I want to be, and right now, I'm down. I'm up about $300 for the week.
When we had the John Lawrence right here,
So it wasn't a total loss. And you see, if I wasn't live streaming, there's a good chance I would have made over $1,000 back on NUTX, being careful and trading it with the momentum going up. Now we got to wait, and we're not done yet. And 1381 is not a real high of the day, so it's this stock could end up in after hours. I don't know. I don't remember what happened when we looked back a week ago or so. We saw that in after hours it usually consolidated, I think, and then it went down the next morning. So I don't want to play with the stock after hours, and right now it's pulling back. It's still bullish because it's right on. There it is. There's the crack below the 13 EMA. But somebody's trying to hold it. You see the green after that. You got to wait now to the next candlestick to see which way it's going to go. You know, anytime I can bring a loss down less than $100, that's like a win. And anytime that my loss for the day, especially today, I traded 6 different stocks, and my loss is less than $100 for the day. I'm not saying that's great, but that's not bad because that's reducing your risk, and that's what we need to do. If you take a $100 loss here and there, but you win 18 out of 20 days is what I usually do, then that's okay. You know, it doesn't ruin me. Even if I lost 500 today, I make it back tomorrow. And on the long run, I've been making money, not losing money. But this does happen. You got to be careful. You know, you can't get cocky. You can't chase. And that's what happened this morning. I started chasing because I started with a loss, and I know better. I teach you better than that. You know, and I have to take a look. You have to look back and look at what you're doing and say, where am I going wrong? And you know what? We can be right, but one big wrong can knock you out. And there you go. When we opened up the room today and we looked at the stock, I was at $75.50. I see it, $75.80. I have it written, I crossed it out. And now I'm at $473. So I just made $400 since we started trading, and I only traded this stock. I didn't rush all over the place. And I could have done a lot better, but it doesn't matter. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I did it. And I did it better than I expected. I wanted to show you something real quick. I opened it before, unless you want to continue watch this for a second, but let's see if I can open it real quick. Just to show you, I want to open up the scanner real quick. This is a daytime scanner, and I'm going to scan it to generate it, and there you go. You can see, other than this stock right now, look at number 1. Number 2, which I love this stock, and it was a good one, FRGE. There's not much going on in any other stocks if you look. This one did go up about $1, 1 point. LMD, Howard didn't do much. Nothing else. Just these two, and it's still on the top. So the truth is, we haven't missed anything. We haven't missed a thing. And FRG, just real quick, because the stock's consolidating real quick, I just want to take a quick look at. I got to go to the other computer because my watch list is not open here. I could open it just to show you. Let's see how we doing here. We're still consolidating. You know what's going to happen. It's going to go all of a sudden. So we just make this small. There it is. Okay, it's hidden. And FRGE, here it is, number 2. And if you look at the stock right here, I love the stock. I have made more money on FRGE. So you can see this is an awesome stock. And today, this particular stock started at 14. It's up 3 points. Went up to 17.22. There was a good buy. You see the scalper alert. Okay? So there's another one with the scalper alert. Okay? And if you make your lines there. And if you want, you can take your line at 17.22. See if I can get it. That's it. There we go. Bingo. And then come down to about there. All right. So you can see right now, this stock looks like it wants to squeeze. Okay. But you got to be careful. This is the end of the day. We're still good. But you can see we're in a squeeze pattern now. And this will get tighter and tighter. I would say probably around 220. Around 220. Okay. That'll put us right there. That's 14.13. Right. We can't see. But the line ends right there at 14.13, which is 13 minutes after. So I'm saying around 14.20, this stock might be in a position to squeeze up. So for some of you that are watching FRGE, you know what? You want to pull back first. You want it to pull back. There it goes. There's the pullback. There's your pullback to the 13. This is what I'm talking about, okay? But it's going to take a little bit. But then again, you never know when. 1669. 1693. So you wanted to just pull back for a second. That would have been a good buy at 1669, but it might pull back a little further, and the spread is too far apart, so you can't touch it yet. So you want to wait till it pulls back and it gets a little tighter, and then you might have a good buy there. So those are two stocks that I'd be watching right now. Let me just see something. That one's a dead deal. This stock hurt me, but it might run tomorrow, so I won't get rid of it. Okay, let's just go back to NX. And this is another one. It just got a little weak. It also pulled back. And if I was looking at the SPY right now, I want to just see what the SPY is doing real quick. That would be in my 6-1. It's not on your board. But the SPY is coming down. The SPY is starting to curl up slightly. Okay. So right now everything's consolidating. And we just got to sit back and do nothing. Wait for, because you don't know that NUTX, it's pulling back right now, but you know this stock is really, it's crazy. It can just take off all of a sudden. I can't believe I just doubled my position in 12 seconds. And I took myself pretty much out of the hole for the day. And I'm back in a good position for tomorrow. You know what? My account is in a good position because I took out money out of the account and I left myself for like 25.5, and now I'm back up to 28.2. So I'm doing good. I need to get it up over 31 again. This time I'll leave the money in and let my account grow. Oh, I see Deck was here when I wasn't looking. He snuck in the action report. He's trying to pull a me. Let's see. And he's not here right now. He just in and out. That's the way he is. He's your backdoor man. I love Deck. Deck and I met about 8-9 weeks ago, for some of you that don't know. And he was down in South Florida for a month. And we actually went to dinner together. It was pretty cool. We had a good time. We spent about 2 hours talking, you know. We didn't even have a drink. He said he was going to have a drink, but he never did. And I figured, you know what, I haven't had one. And I didn't say anything to him to the fact that I'm in a program. I don't think he remembers that. But it wouldn't have bothered me if he did. And I might have. I was considering it. It's going to be 9 years on November 11th. But I always say I'm going to drink again one day. But I haven't. I just haven't. I do buy 6 packs of Coors Light, but I don't drink them. I only use them to put in my chili. When I make chili, the last 15 minutes, I pour a whole bottle of Coors Light. And I never buy cans. I only buy bottles. They taste better. I still remember after 9 years. But it gives chili that taste. It's the hidden missing ingredient in chili. Anybody else make chili? Know what I'm talking about? Don't do it. You know you aren't missing anything. I don't know. I have bottles of alcohol in the house. I have all my alcohol from back. I've got bottles of Cavassier. I've got a bottle of Wild Turkey from 1982. The bottle's worth $400. It's sealed, and if somebody offered me the right price, I might take it. Other than that, I'm going to have to drink it. I can't let that go to waste. It's a collectible, but so good. It's over 111 proof, I think, or 109 proof, 111 proof. They don't make that proof anymore in Wild Turkey. But that, from what I've read, is so smooth. Oh, you stopped 20 years ago. There you go. You go to the 101 Club down here, 101, 441 group. You're here in Florida. I used to be very, very big. I brought meetings into the county jail for Alcoholics Anonymous for over 5 years. I'm one of the best speakers, the deputies told me, I'm one of the best speakers they've ever heard come in. And I take charge. I don't take no crap from JITs, if you know what I'm talking about. So you can see the pullback on NUTX, like we said might happen. And that's why you don't want to chase a stock when it's done what it's done. But I don't know that the stock is still finished yet. Like I said, 1381, we're still above the VWAP. There's my line, my trend line from before. It's pretty accurate. I could redraw it a little bit. Let's see, am I on 5 minute or 1 minute? I'm on a 1 minute. So I could take this off, remove it. I do this a lot. I make new lines just to see where it's going to put me. So let's say the line here, where's the high there, and the high there. In fact, sometimes you just put your line on it, and you can see it. Boom, like that. There's your line. So as long as we stay above this line, we are still bullish as far as the stock goes, but we're bearish because we're below the 13 EMA. And that 13 EMA is very important. Now, if you're doing options, you want to do a 9 and a 20 EMA instead of the 13 and a 50, let's say. 9 and 20. Some people use 8 and 20, but they're all pretty close. If I was using a 9 right now, I just would have gone under it. The 9 would have probably been about right there. So it's just a short difference. The only thing that I use here, and you can see we went over it right there, that's my upper VWAP plot, and that's my lower VWAP plot. And you can see the only time we went close to the lower VWAP was in the beginning of the day, okay? But as far as the upper VWAP, we hit it once, we hit it twice, we hit it 3 times, 4 times, went over it 5 times, and now we drove above the VWAP plot the whole day. So that's why I started putting those plot lines in with the upper plots, because they I found out a lot of times stock would go to that point. So I use as an upper marking, like a trend line in essence, without having to draw a trend line. Trend lines are always straight. These go with the stock. And this was a beautiful day to see how far this would go by following the upper VWAP plot. And the way you put that in is you go in here to there. When this opens up there, you go to your VWAP here. You click on it. When it opens, there's an upper band. It says show plot, and a lower band. A lot of you may have the VWAP, but you have these unclicked. I would tell you to click them and make sure they're all on. And put the color you want. I always use white as the VWAP. The upper band is just a color I don't use for anything else. And the lower band is just a color I don't use for anything else. And that's it. And that's how you do it. It's that simple. You go into the shaker. It opens this up. It shows you my TTM scalper and my TTM squeeze. If I wasn't using the TTM squeeze, then I would go in and I would add a MACD. Okay? Right here. And then I would just enter it. I don't really want it. I'm using it the way I want it. Okay? And this here, I can make this a little lower. I don't need it full size to make my... There you go. Make the chart a little bigger. And that's it. That's all she wrote. It's 2:15. I'll keep going. I don't think... There's no... Listen, what I've learned from these rooms is how to be an independent trader. What that means is I don't need DEC. I don't need AK-47. I don't need anybody to tell me what stocks I should trade. If you're doing your job right, you should be able to call those stocks within a certain amount of time. Especially, I heard somebody tell me the other day they got rid of TOS. I go, did you close your account? He goes, absolutely. I go, that was your first mistake. If you ever decide you don't want to use TradeCast, I'm sorry, you don't want to use TOS, do not get rid of your account. Leave $100 in there. $100. And this way you have the scanners for free. People are paying $100 a month, $50 a month for scanners. You got free scanners, you got free paper trade. I got live if I want to use it, and you got the best charts. So you can use your charts while you're trading in some other facility. And that's the important part. It's worth it. It doesn't cost you anything. So why get rid of something that's working? Okay? But if you don't want to use it, and you're using TradeStation, or you're using a TradeStation, or you're using TradeZero, or you're using Lightspeed, you still can use the charts in another monitor. Right? Makes sense? Anybody? Give me a heads up. Yes? No? You hate it? You love it? I love TOS, man. I just think there's so much going on. How to use the upper and lower VWAP to factor your trade decisions? Oh, a lot. I just showed you. I just showed you the stock. You can see where it's going up. That's my mark right here. So 1373, right there is where this stock can possibly run back up to right now. I don't need to worry about the lower one because it's not in the picture. I mean, the line's in the picture, okay? You got TOS, well, then you should be using it. I got TOS. We're looking at TOS, okay? But even if you're using another broker to trade with, you can still have TOS, what you're looking at now, in the monitor to the left. Just to give you guys an example, okay? I'm going to just show you something real quick, and I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to put up, I think it's called Setup Mine. Let's see, here it is. Okay, so this shows you 3 of the monitors. I have 4. Let's see. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Way to go. There it is. All right, open that up. What you don't see is my 4th monitor, which is on top. I have a new setup. But just to look at the setup right now, to the left, you see the big monitor. To the middle, you see the 6-in-1. Except most of the time I have to put a brand new one in here so you can see a better setup. And then on the right you have deck, you have the chat room. Okay. The only thing is on my left side, my 3rd monitor, I have another monitor on top of there. Okay. So I need to get rid of this picture and put some newer pictures in because I've expanded to another 23-inch monitor on top. What I want to do is on the bottom I want to put 2 23s. And then on the top, I want 2 more 23s. I'm sorry, 27s. So it will go halfway around to the middle, and then the middle back around. And they're rounded, and they come together. And that's what I want. Top, 2 on the bottom, and then my, what do you call it, on the bottom, I'll still always use my my laptop. Okay? So it gives you an idea of the setup in here now. My setup really is a little different because it's let me see something. I don't know if I have a picture of it in here. There's a better setup than I have than this. Might be my other computer. I don't know. Let me leave this open so I can watch what's going on. Let me just see something real quick. Active Trader. Let's see. If it's in here. It's not in there. Let me look where the pizza is. Ooh, good pizza. Alright, no setup in there. I'm just trying to see if I got a picture of my other setup. It shows the other monitor. Setup mine. No, it's not in there. It's not in there either. Okay. Somewhere. It's in my phone. I miss Pop Josh. Why did he have to leave us? I was learning so much from that guy. More than just about anybody else. Okay. It's not here. I don't see it. Okay. TOS is the best for charting out there. It's the simplest. It's very clean looking. Unfortunately, my top left monitor is where I have to move this over to attach it in order for you to see it. And it's not a full high definition. And I need to get another high definition monitor. So when I do show you what you see, you'll see it a lot better. You'll see what I see, not what I make you see. You know? I shouldn't have to keep breaking these apart and making one smaller and one larger because they're all fit together in mine. So how are we doing now? How's this stock looking? It looks like, boy, what a drop, huh? Let me put FRGE in the bottom here. FRGE. What's going on with that? That too had a pullback. Let's see. I'm going to pull that out. Remove the drawing. 1786. I'm going to remove that drawing. Nothing's happening right now. That pulled back $1. Nothing is happening. So right now, other than the SPY moving up, okay, if the SPY is going up, you could be shorting the UVXs. Other than that, right now, you don't want to be doing anything because you're sitting on your hands. There's no reason to be chasing anything. You all in agreement with that? And that's important, you know. Is Deck on live? No, he's not. Okay, he's got music going. And what about, let's see, Spike, DWAC. Oh, DWAC, spiked. That was how long ago? A minute ago. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, it's up $4.49. So if I want to go over to my other computer and I can hit on DWAC, it did. You can see DWC. Here's the scalper, $37.90, and look at it now. It's $40. So this thing just went about 2.5 points. Nice climb. So we can keep an eye on this for right now. That's the Trump stock. Made a lot of money on that earlier. CARV, low volume testing the highs. That's Mel. That means, you know, with Mel, that means he's already in it most of the time. That's Bancorp. CARV is a black-owned company. It's one of the largest black-owned banks in the United States. So, which is very cool. I have a Jamaican granddaughter. She'll be working in that bank one day. She'll probably own it. She's so smart, this girl. She got 2 parents, both have doctorates. The girl's so smart even at 2 years old. It's incredible. Very incredible. That's my Jamaican granddaughter. Okay, what else do we got here? We got DWAC we're watching. And if we go down the top, and this is what I try to tell you, when things get slow, you go to your watch list, and you go down, and you go to the top. And UTX. Still doing what it's doing, and it's still holding the trend line right there. You can see the trend line, and it's still holding. Next one, EVOK, we know is dead. I only kept it because it might run again tomorrow. FRGE, I took the trend line out, but if I put it back in just for the scoot of it, I'll make a new one and put it right there. And we'll say it's on the trend line. All right? And I can go down a little further. Let's see something. Let's see. I can't read it. I can't read the line. I can't read that stock. Okay, JXEN was this morning. There's nothing happening on this stock, and I'm going to get rid of it. The next one is AVDL. Come on, what's going on? What is going on? I'm stuck. It's stuck. I hate when that happens. Okay, let me go into a different computer. And let's go symbol high. Go to changes. Okay. Let's see. That'll change it. Okay. That's AVDL. That's MX. I don't know why that froze like that. That you see, it's frozen. I can't do anything. Let's see. Let's see if I can minimize this. I can't do anything. I'm frozen on this. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Okay, there you go. Should unfreeze now. There you go. There was an error. Okay, so AVDL. Hard to buy. I don't know. I might keep an eye on that for a day or so. MX. Stock is still worth watching. It's above. SKYH. Stock is below. I don't think anything's happening with it. I'm going to get rid of it. If it comes back tomorrow, I'll add it. Hour. Still below. Nothing really happened much with this today. I don't doubt anything's going to happen tomorrow. UXVY should be down. Yeah, it came down because the SPY went up. And then you have, see, this stock's got very little or none when it comes to volume. Get rid of it. DWAC. Let's go back there and just stay there for right now. And that's what I do. What I do is, oh shoot, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. I'm just trying to make it a little smaller until the lines still disappear. Come on, we're good. We're good. we're not good. Okay, because this is getting too small. I can't see the whole volume, but there's your volume. That's what I hate about TOS. When you make it small. Yeah, I lost too much. Okay, make it bigger. I messed the whole thing up. There's my HDB. Okay, there we go. And then this, bring it right to it. It's right there, I think. Choop, right there. Okay. So we're watching DWAC. Anybody have any questions at all? It's almost 2:30. Deck should probably be coming back at this time. And I usually end it around 2:30. The last couple times I've stayed till 4. You tell me what you want me to do. You want me to keep going? You want me to say goodbye? You don't love me anymore? Okay. Stay. All right, I'll stay. If I see anything going on with Deck, I can always pipe it in. That's all Deck's got to say right now. He's crazy. I don't know, I can't listen to that music. See, I don't like when music goes all the way up and all the way down all day, because by the time you're doing what you're doing, you got to concentrate. By the end of the day, you have such a headache. So, and I'm not a, listen, I was a rocker as a kid. I don't know if some of you know what I looked like when I was younger. But I was a wild, crazy guy, you know? Let's see real quick if I can pull it up. Where's the pizza? Make the pizza. Oh, it's not in this one. I thought it was in here. I was going to show you a picture. I guess it's not. Stock photos. Oh, that's really strange. I thought it was in here. See, it's in scooter. I got a scooter for sale if anybody wants one. Brand new. Never driven. Oh, here it is. It is in pizza. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if I can show you this. And let's look in the... come on. Desktop. Pizza. Here I am. That's me at 20 years old. That's active trader at 20 years old. Look like anybody you know? Typical hippie. Back in the late 60s, early 70s. I do have a scooter, and there's a reason. If you want to talk to me about it, but I'll show you what it looks like. It's brand new. It's got 11 miles on it. It's a 2022. It was $1,850 brand new. They're even more money now since everything's gone up. And I want $750, and it'll cost you $150 to title it. So just to give you an idea. Reminds me of my uncle. That's me, your uncle. Just call me uncle. Cry uncle. Let's see, where is it? How do I get it in here? Oh, just to give you an idea of the scooter, not to get off bound here. Desktop. Let's see. I have a thing called scooter. Here it is. It's at my son's house right now. It's undercover. I even have a license plate on it that's good for till January of next year. I don't ride it. It was left to me. A friend of mine died, and it was his bike. And come on, let me see one more. There it is. You can open it up and take a look at it. 2022. It's a Lampo Italico. It's a very good bike. It's heavy too. It's about 250 pounds. You can see it's got 10 miles on it. Is that 1 mile or is that 1 mile? Maybe it has less than 2 miles on it. Okay, I did take it in front of my son's house. Wow, look at DWAC. That thing just took off. So, if anybody who wants, or you're down in South Florida, I want $750, and I'll bring you to the place to get the title put into your name for $150. A friend of mine died, and he left it to me. It was Just, it was his will. He never drove it. He got it delivered to his house by truck, and he never got to drive it. And when he died, I got a phone call from Broward Housing that told me that he left me everything. Spoke to him on Thursday, and by Sunday he was dead. He was a good friend. I know him 21 years. So DWAC, that was a good one right there. You can see that thing just ran. And right there, you can see, you can't see how many, let's open this thing up. Okay, so you can see there, that was, oh man, why can't you see that? Okay, let's open it up a little more. And let's see if we can see the volume. 52,000, 95,000, 82,000. It's not that it even has large volume. You can see the volume is not that large, but it's enough to make it move. That was a nice move. So that thing just moved from, let's say, 4113 up to hit a tip of 42. That just ran a point and back very quickly. And that just shows you the kind of control that you're dealing with market movers. Remember that word, market movers, okay? Market movers are people that move stocks. Stocks up and down. They have enough money and enough power to do that. Yeah, I know that it's you're correct. This is a 2022. It's really a nice bike. I just can't drive it because I live in a condominium and they don't allow scooters or motorcycles. I live in Palm Air, so they don't allow it. No scooters, no motorcycles. You can't put them anywhere. So what am I going to do with it? So it's at my son's house. He's not driving it. I have the keys. Nobody's driving it. I filled the air up in the tires last week and just it started right up, and I drove it in front of his house, like around a circle, and then put it back in the back. In his backyard. It's hidden, and it's covered. All right. All right, Deck is back.
Right now it is currently 2:33 p.m. Eastern Time. And as you guys know,
hold on. Deck is back. Let's see.
What do we have today? Today, of course,
let me just do my daily thing in Deck's room for 1 second. I still work for a living.
Like Matt is kicking off his live stream, and he is going to be live streaming. Living Like Matt went live yesterday. He is going to be live streaming this afternoon. I will be jumping back on full force in 1.5 hours, 90 minutes from now for the earnings reports.
Let's see what he's got to say.
I'll probably jump on a little bit earlier, probably around 53:45, just to review everything that you guys are on.
Hold on.
But at this time, Living Like Matt is going live. If you guys do not know, of course, we do have our new schedule over at Trickcast.
Yeah, Matt's coming on live for those of you that want to switch over. That's okay. I'm not hurt by it. I like listening to him yesterday. I really like listening to Pop Josh better, but he's not around.
For earnings season 4 to 5. AK-47 and Active Trader were both live during lunch, and right now we have Living Like Matt.
Right.
Like Matt.
And I'm going to be coming off. Yeah, this is about the time I should be coming off right now. So I'm going to give Matt a chance to do his thing and give you a chance to hear him if you'd like. I'll hang out a little bit. That's up to you. You know what I mean? I can still stay. I'm still watching the stocks to see what they're going to do. And I'd like to see if I could maybe do one more trade, take myself out of the debt for the day. Because as you can see, I was down over $600, and now I'm just down $99 right now, or $92. What is it? Something like that. 90. I told you before. Whatever I told you was the truth. I never lie. Listen, even when I lose money, I lose money. That's the name of the game. I have a wife that says I'll get one. Might as well make a will and go away. They're not as that dangerous. You know why? Don't drive them at nighttime. Nighttime's when all the problems happen, and always wear a helmet. I rode motorcycles and scooters all my life. I just, as a kid, I used to build mini bikes. I wish I could drive it. I just drive it to Walmart. I could drive it to, it's got under the seat. It's got the bag pouch. It's got everything. This thing's a really good bike. It's brand new. You're getting it for less than half of what it cost. And it's brand new. So yeah, I understand. Wear a helmet, you won't have a problem. Stay in your right lane. 850 next stop for Tesla. Okay, that's in Deck Room, somebody said. And let's see. So Deck didn't go live. No, he scooted out. And Matt, let's see. Is Matt going live? AK still there. Got too many boxes open. Let's see, lobbies. Let's see, Matt. Yeah, it's the four of us. It's got 100. He's catching up to me.
Important. But yeah, we have this guy.
I didn't find it. You know what the problem? I was in Matt's room yesterday, and he's a great guy. He's obviously, he's accomplished quite a bit for his age. And he was smart. Somebody put him on paper trade. It's 14 years old, and he treated it like a game, and that's what you should do. Start your kids out young, treat it like a game, teach them how to play the game of stock trading, and then learn how to do it for real. And then when you're young enough, like 18, you don't have that kind of fear. So you never had to really earn that kind of money, and when someone hands you $30,000 and you know how to play the game, you can do very well, which is very cool. But I don't like it's not that he can't explain well. I can't see his charting. When I look at his charts, like you look at mine, you can look up in the left corner and see what stock I'm on. Okay? You see all the numbers. I can't see with his charts. I can't see anything. I'm looking at him right now and I can't make out anything. I can't see what he's trading. It's too tiny, and it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. So I don't know how some of you feel about it, if you had the same problem when you looked at his charts. When I looked at who else is in here right now, let's see who's in the lobby. Let's see, AKs I can read perfectly. AK I can see everything on his charts. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It's just like Dex. So it's easy and simple. Even, I think there was another guy in there. He's not in there anymore. Okay, it's just us. Yeah, like I said, I cannot see his stuff. And what's the sense of me sitting in there when I can't see it? So, for some of you who didn't know, there was a video. I posted it before. I'm going to post it again real quick. Let's see, where am I? Go back to the lobby. I'm in the other computer. Active Trader. Okay, this was I don't know if you see it. For those who have interest on watching a video on the TTM scalper, if you need me to show you one more time how to put it in, I will right now. It's very, very simple. You just go to the top your chart where that little shaker is, and you drop that down, and you go in here, and you just type in TTM, and a bunch of things will come in, and you hit the scalper alert, and that will end up right here. And then you can put the TTM squeeze, and that'll end up down here. You apply it and say okay, and that's what you get. Here's your TTM squeeze, and that's your scalper alert right there, okay? Which is really cool. And when you learn that there's a delay, it's nothing that's anything really hard. If you're listening, or the other person who was asking me before, when these things show up, they're delayed. So when you're seeing this, you didn't see it till about this candlestick, okay? They're about 1 to 2 minute delay on those. And sometimes you'll see them flash on, off, because it's so close on which direction the algorithm is picking up all the stock trades, okay? And it sees trades we don't. It sees hidden trades. It sees the level 2, everything that we don't see. So it's also got the time and sales what's going down instantly, and it's putting it all together in milliseconds to tell us whether it's going to go up or down. The worst part is it's slightly delayed. There is some sort of an app, and keep an eye on DWAC right now because it is trying to climb, but be careful because like it did before, it did just go and it did reach very quickly, reached 42 and dropped immediately to 41.17. So somebody's playing games, don't get caught in the game, okay? You don't want to be caught holding the bag. You agree? And anyway, you don't hear any background noises right now at all coming on your side from me. Just want to make sure that my volume is correct, it's loud enough, because I can make it louder, I can make it softer through the OBS. So I just want to be sure that everything you're seeing is good, okay? And if anybody else ever wants to, if it sounds clean, excellent. Because I have a fan in the back of my room that I have to turn down. It's amazing. It's 15 feet away, and when I put it on, it's just enough noise in a certain frequency that you guys can hear it. And look at it. There it is again. Like I just said, it will go to $42 on DWAC, but let's see how long it stays there. So right now might be a good short. I can't short it. I don't have the shorts, and look at it. That's what it's doing. It's going to go back down. Or let's see if it kicks up one more time for a new higher day. And if I look at DWAC, let's see if I have it up there. I'm looking on my here it is, DWAC. It's got a high today of $40, I think, and 87 cents. And oh no, I'm sorry, 42.29. It must have been earlier this morning. Let me see, 42.29. Oh no, that was just recently. 42.29 and a low of 35.81. And this is a good thing, you know. You take that 42, you can go down just real quick. Oh, I'm using the wrong channel. Let's go up here. I want to just show you real quick to set up a quick Fibonacci. This is a good stock to do this on. Go here. I go to $42.29. So let's see if I can get it down slowly. Come on. There we go. Got it. And then I'm going to go down to $35.81. So 35 is the low of the day. 35.80. Come on. One more. I'll go 82. It's good enough. And let's see. Let's see if I can put this extend to the left. Okay. So now you can see right now 42.49, 42.29 was the high of the day, and that's 100%. And we want to make sure the stock stays above 40.90, which it has. And it's right in the middle. It's not a place I really want to buy. If I was looking, I'd want to pull back right here around the 61% bracket. Even better is 38 and up, you know, because you can make more money. And you can see where it started right around there. If you had bought in at the 38%, you would have made money. Again, to pull back here at the 39, another good pullback, and boom, here's your pullback. You would have made money. Now it's pulled back. And what is it doing? It's building higher lows. You see what's going on here? It's building higher lows, and it's going back up. And it's got to cross over the next time, 42.29. It's got to beat that high of the day, or the stock is going to drop. And that's it. Fibonacci is not difficult. It takes into coordination the history. Now, if you're going to, like I told you before, if you're going to short the stock, then you'd start on the bottom, 35.81 right there. You work your way up right to that point there, and now your chart would be just the opposite. And it's hard to see it because it's one on top of another. But you see the 0%? So if I get rid of the old one, remove the drawing, boom. Now, that's for shorting. There's the 0%, and there's 100% would be where it started. 31.81 to here. And if you're shorting down, but right now you can see, this would be the resistance. So if you look at 42.32, I'd say $42 is resistance right now. So if you wanted to short this stock, anything 42 or above, you can short this stock down, and you can make yourself between a half and a point, 3/4 of a point, which is a substantial amount. If you had 500 shares, you'd make $350 to $400. All right, you guys got that? You understand Fibonacci? Real simple. People complicate it, but you don't have to. Okay. And if you wanted to, and you were watching the short on this, you can extend this to the left, and then you can see the percentages here, and it's not all over your charts right there. I don't know where this came in. Let's see if that's removed drawing. Oh, it removed everything. Not a big deal. Okay, but it's that simple to put it in. And don't forget to go back and change this to your trend lines. That's what I use the most. Okay? So, right now, you got a trend line from here to here. Boom. And then you have trend lines from, let's say, here, right there, to right. You can bring it all over. There you go. So this stock might squeeze. It might not. I don't know. DWAC, if you look back in time and you look into, you see how it consolidates and it doesn't do anything till 1600 is 8. 1600 is 4. Let's see, 12. And 4. 1600 is nighttime, so that's 4 o'clock in the morning, I think. You see, it doesn't do much. The WAC doesn't do very much in aftermarket. Very rarely. You see how it did nothing for the first couple of hours. So I don't play with it, and it's usually that way. So I don't trade DWAC anymore. I used to, but I don't. Any questions? Any concerns? Anybody here? Anybody trading? Anybody watching any stock they want me to look at? Let's see, BQ. I can't get it. I can't find it. I hate this. Okay, forget that. I always have to use the other computer when I find anything I want. Okay? So if I write questions, concerns, comments, just put it in here and bing. Like I do for deck. So if you have any questions, any comments, you want me to go over, you want to tell me something, do it. Yeah, I can't play the music in the background anymore because I never know which song has copyright on it, and we lost the entire study from last week. I have it, but you can't see it. I can't share it, which really stinks because there was some really good parts in there. But that's okay. It's just one of many to come. I'm going through my list of earnings to see what I want to play, okay? And I actually like, when it comes to earnings, I really like, some people like that Whisper and whatever it's called. I really like this one a lot, right here. So, what we got? This is Benzinga. I love everything about Benzinga and their earnings. Okay, and the other one, let's see. Let's just see something real quick. I don't know if I saved it anywhere. YouTube. No, not there. Earnings. Here it is. I do have it. I saved it. Copy and put here. And here's the other one. It's called Earnings and Whispers. For those of you who don't have it. There's your other earnings. Those are two different places to find earning reports. But in Benzinga, you can find a lot of other good things. Like I happen to like their pre-market. So every morning what I do is I go into pre-market, okay, and I copy the first 10 stocks into my watch list. Some of them I end up getting rid of, and some of them end up being the best stocks of the day. And I look at that about 6:45 in the morning. And I come in, I turn my computer on, and I look at that, and then I open that up, and then I go and I make my coffee real quick. I haven't been getting up that early for a while because my wife was home because she had a knee replacement back in January, and she just went back to work starting on Sunday. So she's out of the way for now, but she really wasn't in my way. My wife and I have a great relationship. She is my best friend. And not that we don't ever get angry at each other, but, you know, we're past that. I've been with her. She's a third wife, and I've been with my wife almost 17 and a half years. So pretty much I think we're going to do life together till death do us part. I finally found that will stay with me and put up with me. You know, when I lose money, and she goes, "How did you do today, honey?" And I go, "Not too good." She goes, "How much?" I tell her. She says, "Don't worry about it. We won't starve. We'll always have food. We'll always be fine." She doesn't get mad at me or get crazy, you know. I could lose $6,000. I can win $6,000, you know. If I win, she always says, "Okay, where are you going to take me? What did you buy me?" She's funny. She got a good sense of humor. She gets that from me. We are so much not alike. We are so different. It's unreal. What she looks like, the way she thinks, who she is. We are just two ends of this earth. And they say opposites attract, so I guess, you know what? She's the most trustworthy, became my best friend in life. And that's important. Find that right person in life and stick with it. Don't go looking other places. You're just committing sin if you do. Well, I'm out of coffee. Yep, I did finish my coffee today. That's done. But I have water. I got to run out to Costco at 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, one of my prescriptions is sitting there waiting for me. And I need to get it as soon as possible. That means today, because if I don't, then every day brings me one day further next month that I can get it, since it's a class 1 for pain relief, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, it looks like it's still trying DWAC, but it's not the stock I want to play, you know. So I'm going to take this. The top one, we know where that's at, and we can still see it's still coming underneath a little bit, but it's still holding its own. So let's see. What I like to do at this time is I like to make this a little smaller, and then I go to the top of my list again. and I think we can forget about EVOK. NUTX, I think that stock's pretty much done for now. I don't think it's coming back today, and we already looked to see that it's not actually an aftermarket stock. I'm glad I got in again, and I was able to pick up from $75 when we first opened up at 12:30 today, or whatever time it was, and I got it back up to $473, and that really brought my losses down. So though I didn't have a good financial day, I didn't have a bad financial loss, and that's all that matters, you know. It's not that you're going to win every day, and you have to accept that. You can't say, oh, I missed this one, and I could have done this one, and I should have done that one. You know what? Accept what you got, and just be ready tomorrow to go forward. You know what? Yesterday, I won 368, and last week I made 1,100, and you know what? It is what it is. I should have done a lot more today. I know I could have done a lot more today. You know, but I got stupid this morning, and whenever I get stupid and I start chasing stocks and running after them, it wasn't even a revenge trade. It was just stupidity, you know. I should have taken a step back because, like I said, I lost the first trade of the day, and I never traded that stock again. I went to 3 others, and I was up $116 after that. And here I am the whole day. I did what I did and almost lost $700 in stupidity. But being that I am a good trader, and I can be a good trader, I was able to bring it all back down to $90-something, and I'm happy with that. You know what? My account is in good standing, and I have another day tomorrow to do it all over again, right? And we never know what's going to happen. Who knew that nuts was going to go crazy today, you know? There's a stock that went from what? And look how far back down it's come. It's done. It's finished. Don't even think about it. I just pray that none of you are thinking in the back of your mind, wanting to ask the question, I'm still in this thing at $13.50. Do you think it's going to come back? I hope by now you know it's not. And if you did something like that, you didn't trade properly. Shame on you, because you played a game of hope. And hope is not a strategy. It's not in any of the books. Got it? You with me? And I'm not going to do after hours today, and I'm not doing earnings reports. I don't. Doing earnings pretty much is, I'll tell you where you can make money on earnings. There is a way, okay? But you have to be able to short stocks. And if you can't short stocks, you don't want to chase an earning once it's already come out, okay? You don't. You want to see it come out and go as far as it can, and then short it from there. And sometimes you may have to either wait a couple of hours before it'll come where you want it. Sometimes it'll come down and then it'll go back up again, and you can scalp a few times. Okay, I wouldn't go too large, but you know, keep it 500 to 1,000 shares. But that's only if you can short and using TOS, because you know we're all limited on TOS. And for some of you who don't know, I'm going to show you something. If you go up to my watch list, you look at default, if you come down to personal and go across to e-shortable stocks, I have a list of stocks, and here's one that went away, MT went. So I go in here, and I'm gonna put that there and take that out. And if you go down, every one of these stocks are easy to borrow. And there's more. You can't even see the bottom of the list. But this is over almost 200 stocks. Is there another one? Hold on. This is 200 stocks, and every time, okay, I'm about just to show you. And if I went from alphabetical order, I can go down these stocks, or I can go from percentage high, and I can say, okay, this stock's high up there. Is it shortable at this point? It's not. I go to the next one, 8. It is, but there's not much movement in it right now, so I'm not gonna trudge with it. But you can go down the list to find out which one may be shortable, or you can go to the one that might be at the lowest point and say, is this a stock? Wow, that doesn't even show up. There it is. Is this low enough where it might go up? And even that being low and minus, they're both still above the VWAPs. See? But you never know when you're going to find a stock. And then if it has, you know what, if you find one that's had a movement in the past, you might want to go long if you had the money and you're going, but you know what, we don't trade that way right now. But it's a great list if it's a very, very slow day. Right now there's things happening, so you don't really need it. And again, I go down my list to see, look at that, FRGE, that was it. After it hit 20 and change, it was all downhill. So I'm going to say that pretty much today is over. But what I was going to say to you is if you watch if you watch the earning reports, and especially like with Mel, when these stocks go up, 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 find out where the resistance is and just short them down. Don't chase them up. A lot of times you'll miss and you'll lose. So I don't like to chase them. Whenever I hear the word hope, I hear your hope is not a strategy. That's right. And that's great that you've got that in the back of your head. It's important to remember that, you know. I don't do that anymore. Oh, I hope it's going to come back. I hope. What are you, an idiot? You keep telling everybody that hope is not a strategy, and there you are sitting there. Hope? You know what? I have faith today, and faith is the opposite of fear, and faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. But that's more in the spiritual realm than it is in the physical. So I don't have any of that kind of hope here, because that's, anybody can hope for anything, and anybody can wish for anything, and anybody can pray for anything. But sometimes God says the answer is no. And that's it. Live with it. Now, for some of you who think this is easy, I'll help you set up on a live stream one day and go live and talk to yourself for about 4 hours with knowing that there is a delay in everything you say. That's why I don't say this stock's going to halt. I write it out, because if I write something to you, okay, then you will see it. You will see it now. Okay, see how fast that now popped up? But I can't tell you that a stock is going to halt, because if I tell you it's going to halt, okay, you're not going to hear it for at least 7 to 15 seconds later. Just the way it is. And I tried the headphones. What's the sense? I saw one of the guys, I forget his name. What is it? His name is, let's see. He wears a headset, okay? What he's doing is he's listening to himself talk to you, okay? And it's like you keep talking, but you keep hearing yourself. So why would I want to do that? That's got to be... I tried it one day. I really did. I got a set of headphones right up here. It is the most confusing thing. I will never do that again. You know, and that confused me even more. But listen, after hours, nighttime, there's a lot of things out there that you can do to better your trading. There's a lot of videos out there. If you can think of something and you think it's a stupid question, believe me, somebody else has already thought of it, and somebody else has already made a stupid video about it. Or not, because the only stupid questions are the ones you don't ask. You can go on live to Google, go into the address bar, and put in whatever your question is, you know, on anything, and write think or swim. If it's a question about think or swim, write TOS, it will come up, and then put whatever your question is after. That's the way algorithms work. They pick up keywords. You don't have to put and, if, but, this, that. Just put three words, you know, TOS, scalping, long, options, shorting, calls, puts, TOS. You can put it just word combinations, and this stuff will come up, and you will be able to find what you're looking for. You may have to watch a video to do it, and I would tell you don't watch the videos during the day. Right now, I'm taking an options class. For some of you who don't know, that Ameritrade, not through TOS, but through Ameritrade, there is a, when you open it up, there's a place on top that says education. Open that up, and then you can pick the column. You want to go Forex, you want to go options. I picked options, and I'm taking the options class from beginning to end. I'm getting a few of the small ones out of the way. I've listened to videos on condors and straddles, and you know, I know a lot anyway, because back in the 80s I took the test twice to become a stock broker selling commodities, to sell the options. And I actually failed the test twice by 3 points. You had to have 70 to pass. I got a 68 on one and a 67 the next time. And I said, you know what? They told me keep going, because I was going to make one of the best brokers, best stockbrokers for people to talk to, because I'm good at what I do whenever I put myself into something. And they're right, I would have, but you know what, I didn't. And that company ended up, they came down, the feds came down on them. They were doing something wrong, and a couple of people went to jail. So I'm glad I wasn't there. I didn't need my record tarnished. So, but for any of you, like I said, if you want to learn how to do this and live stream, and if you need help, you know, you can get me at another time. I'm not going to do it today because I have something to do. I'll do it. I'll help you get set up. See if you want to take a swing at it. Deck will pay you if you live stream. That's why I'm not going to compete with 8K. I don't think I have to. It doesn't really matter. He could have 400 guys in his room. I don't need 400. I need 25 people who want to learn something and do something differently, because I know the way I explain things is a lot different than the way Deck explains things. It's different than the way Matt explains things. And I've already been told, somebody gave me one of the nicest compliments about 2 weeks ago and told me I out-explain Deck and 8K in a way that makes it so easy for you to understand. But I need you guys to ask more questions, so I can help you more. Unless you got it down. I'm here to help you with anything you need. But I'm going to cut it short. I don't think there's much going on. And I wanted to show you one more time. What we're going to do is quickly, we're going to go bring up the scanner. And where is my scanner? Right there. And if you see at 4%, 40,000. So I don't, right in there, this doesn't even fill the page. Okay. And you can still see CYN is right now, there's nothing really happening. It opened, that was earlier, but there is nothing really that's moving. 1290, 13, 728, 723 open, 354, 407. That was EAR. EAR is a good stock. In fact, I'm going to put that in my watch list. Okay, and keep an eye on it. It's a stock I've traded before and made money. The next one is EDRY, and that already went up about 3 or 4 points. So it's got a high of 37, and it's right about where it's at now. So the chances it's coming back down. You can see it's 30, and the last is 37. And this is how I look at it. I look at the open, I look at the last, and I look at the high. And I look in these three numbers right here, and it tells me if there's any leeway for these stocks. Now, this stock here might have a little bit of a leeway for a short. Now, I can go over here in my scanner, and I've added in HTB. See it? And I can tell you when a stock right there. There's one that's shortable. TZOO, I think it is, or Travel. Oh, Travel Zoo. So TZOO is a shortable stock, and right now it's all within a 20 cent, so it's not really shortable. But that's why I added this in. If you want to know how to do that, go open your scanner down here on the right. You see on the bottom right there, there's a little thing. You open that up. It says customize, and you just add in HTB and add in the RSI. Okay? So for some of you that are in here now, just go open up your scanners or do it another time. It's real simple. Add them and then push them all the ways up to the top. Symbol first, description, HTB, RSI, net change, mark, percentage change. Mark percentage will work in the morning in pre-market where the other percentages don't work. Percentage change works during the day. We use that mostly from 9:30 to 4 o'clock, even after hours. Okay, and then volume. We use that in pre-market with the mark percentage. Okay, so pretty much you got there. It shows you how you can redo this. And if after hours at 4 o'clock you click both these boxes, now you have an after hours scanner. It's not going to give you the right ones in the right order. It might still come up with some of the same, but truthfully, okay. And I always put 50. I'm not interested in any more than that. So without the extension clicked, that is daytime. With them clicked, it's nighttime. And for my morning scanner, it looks like this. Okay, see all my scanners in here? I go to my morning, and you can see it only has stock, study, where the others have stock, study. All right, and pretty much this is the way it opens in the morning. And that's my morning scanner. It's always clicked. So I actually leave one scanner open in one computer, and I have my daytime in the other. Okay, so they're already open. And with that, if there's no questions on the scanners, I'm going to close it in a second, but I'm going to go back to where I was, which is the DTS. You see it says DTS from 70 cents to 250, and that's where we were before, except it says 35,000 instead of 40. And I'm always at 1 hour and 5 minutes. I can go and I can bring this and tweak it for a second and say what's happening in the last 2 minutes. And you can see right here, it'll narrow it down, and then you can see a few more stocks that maybe weren't on there, or what's happening in the last 2 minutes. You're very welcome, B. Curie. I'm always here if you need me, and if I'm not here, you always know you can catch me in Deck's room with a question. Just send me a private, and if somebody needs personal help, just on the right of my name, you'll see that there's 3 dots. Open that up, and just send me a message, okay? And if you do that, Send me your phone number and your name, first name, and a time that's good to reach you, and I will call you. I don't charge at this point, okay? And again, I'm going to go back to the 5 minutes. That's where I watch it most of the time. I rescan it to repopulate it, and that's about it. I'm going to just bring that down now. Because there's really nothing happening, except that nothing's happening. So right now, don't lose your money. Sit on your hands or call it a day and go to the gym. Do something different, because there's no reason to really chase anything at this time. You know what? I'm going to take my loss today, $90-something, and I'm okay with that. To me, anytime I lose $100 or less, it's like a win. Okay? And if I lose $100 for the day, it's still like a win to me. It's when if I left this day with that $700 I was down $716 at one time. So you know what? I'm walking away with $92 loss. I would say that's not bad at all. And I'm still up for the week. You know what? I made a few mistakes today. I made a few wrong moves. I'm not perfect. And I'm not the number one trader in here. I've never claimed to be. But I know as much as they do. The only difference is I don't have the balls that they have. Some of these people have just guts to go, ironclad, ringers, and they're willing to do things that I'm not willing to do at this point. Because, you know what? If I go in with 5,000 shares and if somebody drops down a 500,000 shares at one point, am I willing to take $1 loss on 5,000 shares? You better be willing to do that because it could happen that quick. But on the other hand, when a stock's racing in the morning, you jump in right. And it happens all the time in this room. If you can go in with 5,000 shares, Pav Josh used to do 10,000, but he had a much bigger account. So when he did lose, I watched his losses. He'd bring his losses down to less than $1,000, but his wins were usually between 8 and 10 on a particular stock. And he might trade the same stock 3 or 4 times in a day, and he might trade 8 different stocks in a day. Okay? Today I traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different stocks. 1, 2, 3. And I won 3 and I lost 3. Okay? I traded 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I traded 6. I won 3. I lost 3. And I almost broke even for the day. So it is what it is. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm not chasing after hours today. I got to get off the seat. It's killing my ass. Any of you have a really good chair? I'd like to swap with you. Pav trades like 40 to 50 trades in a day. Yes, he does, but he only trades 8 to 10 stocks. I have copies of all his P&Ls. I saved them for the first 6 months, 8 months. I have them somewhere in a file. I used to go back and study them to see what he did and how he did it, But one thing he did do most of the time, he reduced his risk. But then there was a time after he got thrown off of TOS, it screwed him up, and he took some big losses. It threw him off really bad. I think that's why he pulled away for a while, because he really loved Thinkorswim, and he had a hard time with Trade Zero, and I don't think he did well with Lightspeed. Because the amount of trading, it was costing him thousands of dollars in commissions, and he just didn't want to give it back. You're very welcome, Arangadabel. That's right, Arangadabel. And I will be live tomorrow, and I will be live Thursday. Okay, so for those of you, Adrian for Music, high of the day, CYN. There you go. Adrian is in the house, and I just opened it up, and my computer froze. Nice. I'm frozen. Where am I? I'm back. Okay, you jinxed me. But if I want right now to check that out, I would have to go. Let's see. Do I have CYN in here? Let me just see something. I do not, so I go to my other computer real quick. I put in CYN in my watch list, press enter, and then go to CYN and just click it, and there it is. And CYN, there it is, the stock that's been going up, and nobody here rang the bell for me to tell me that this was going. I had to wait for Adrian after it's already over. And the problem is, at this point, this stock was running from $3.04. It's already run to $3.70. And if you look at this stock in, let's see. I have to look at the stock and statistics, and let's see. This stock has a float of 9 million, which is nice, and it hasn't had any news, so it's another pump and dump on this day. So, though it's a low stock, it's got 32 million in volume with a 5 million average. So it's got 6 times its average volume. But I'm not going to chase it at $3.70. And there's a good chance this stock might go for $4, just like he said. There's room for $4. I would agree with that, But like I said, this is it could go and it might not go, and I'm not going to take that risk at this point. I had a very good day. You know, I was down a lot of money because I made a couple of mistakes today that I shouldn't, like amateur moves, and I've got my account back to where I want it right now with only a $92 loss for the day. And with my size account, it's not going to hurt me. But I'm not going to chase it at this point, even to try to get my $92 back. I think it's pretty commendable that I went from, $716 I was down because I had a big loss to $92. And sometimes you just have to accept that and just walk away. That's the way it is. Any other questions? Anybody have anything they want to ask me? Because I'm tired. And look at that. There's the pullback. I'm glad I didn't chase it. See what I'm talking about? There's your big pullback. From 370 back to 348, and it's down to the 13 EMA, and it's trying to hold right there, and it might come back and it might not. And right now you couldn't do anything until the next candlestick after this one to see whether that's green or red. That's proper trading, not just chasing it because it came down to here. That green is the completion of the guy who somebody just put and spilt out real quick about let me see, I can't look on that computer. Let's see. 330,000. That was at least 250,000 drop from one person. I'm willing to bet you. Any day of the week. Okay? So if you look right here, right there, that's 330, and now here's the second drop, another 320. So that's almost 700,000 shares. Okay? So if you want to believe that's just about 50 different traders in there, that's fine. But I'm telling you, that $4 is no longer has room for any more, Adrian. We're done. And I'm done. And with that, folks, I'm going to call it a day. I'm tired. You can probably just switch over right now. I don't think that Deck is doing anything at the moment. I'm just tired. I'm really tired. Deck is, let's see, anybody in his room? I think he's leaving it to Matt right now. And there's a good opportunity to see if you like Matt or you don't like Matt. I don't think Deck's in there. There are people in that room. Mel's in that room. He does a lot with after hours. Let me just see something real quick before I close it down. I'm going to go look at Deck's. I have the volume off. So I got to open up my Webinito. And nothing is happening. So I'm going to close my Webinato because I don't need it any longer. Deck's not coming back. And that's why Deck, he's trying to get some time off. That's why he's got all the streaming going on to let other people and give people an opportunity to make money. Deck even told me this morning, because I'm doing so much, he's going to start giving me more. And you know what? The more you do, that's why some of you who have talent in here, don't think twice about giving it a shot. It takes a little time. I'll be more than happy to help you. I don't feel like you're competing with me, and I'm not competing with anybody else. I don't care if they get 300 or 400 and I only get 50. I'd rather help 50. You know what? I was helping one at a time. People over the phone and spending 2 hours on the phone with you. Now I'm able to go and give back to you and help more than one person at a time. I just wish that when I'm here and we're doing this, that you would ask more questions so I can help you with TOS. There's the reversal. It seems like CYN is going to give it another shot. And you know what? But I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit. Just not. It might go all the way. I'm just not going to. I'm in ADA once again. Yeah, ADA. Well, there you go. You made $250 today. Don't give it back. You know? Don't give it back to the ADA, Gator. ADA's only up 43 cents right now. It's up 8%. ADA's got a float of 26 million. So, and also, I don't believe it has any news 8 days ago. So it's another pump and dump at this moment. Okay? With that, folks, I'm going to call it. I'm tired. I really am. I slept good last night. Actually, where's my watch? I think I got a good sleep last night. Let's see. My watch tells me, thanks to Adrian, who gave me this watch for my birthday. Okay, see if you can see it. It's an Amazon UFit Pro watch, and I'm able to tell what my heartbeat is. I'm able to tell if, let's see if I get a little closer there. Right to the loopy doopy. It tells me how much sleep I got, and I can go into it right now. Oh wow, got something sticky on it. Must have been that banana I was eating earlier. Okay, and it says that I got 8.9 hours of sleep last night. Check that out. Yeah, check this out. Let's see if we can see it. 8.9 hours. It might have gone off. So that was a good night. The night before I only slept 6, and the night before that I got about the same. So there you go. Anyway, that's it. You helped me more than any tradecaster has ever helped me with. Thank you, Adrian. And you know what? Today I'm proud to say that you're a friend. Really. We have spoken more times about so many different things, even when it didn't even pertain to stocks. And Adrian's just a guy I can talk about God if I want, and talk about Jesus, talk about anything. Talk about Judaism, Catholicism, Christianity, Mormonism, any religion really. But we don't discuss that in here. But it doesn't mean that we don't discuss it. We just discuss it outside of here. Anyway, that's about it. With that, I'm going to stop the stream. And I'll see if I can stop the stream and leave the room open for a while. All right, in case there's any questions. I always have a hard time with that. So that's about it. I just wish there's something in here I don't know how to do. I don't know if I could just stop the YouTube. What it does. I know when I make a mistake. Let's see. It's live right now. If I end the stream, let's see. We'll see what happens. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. Okay. End. Let's see what happens.